Disclaimer. This video, like all videos featured on this channel, is definitely intended for mature audiences. This video is likely to contain profane language. Content is inappropriate for minors. Video is not for kids.
Welcome to the Dr. Greenthumb Show. Lord of mercy.
What is up? Welcome back to another episode here of the Dr. Greenthumb Show. I am your host, E-Zone. I am hosting for today. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Right now, the doctor and the rest of Cypress Hill is in Berlin at the Citadel Music Festival today, and then off to Austria, and then they're almost back home. So you're probably going to see Be Real like at the half of the month. When he has like 3 days, he has to like check in at home and stuff and rest. So you got to take that as, well, I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't rest, but anyway, shout out to Cypress for doing their thing overseas once again. To my right is Mr. Brisket King himself. What is going on?
The Furious Chef.
Happy Wing Wednesday.
Is it Wing Wednesday?
That's usually Wednesdays.
Where are wings at?
I did them on Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's
I'm here with you guys. So I can't do them today.
Nah, you can't be making no fraud holidays. Just because they make them up every day at the top doesn't mean you can just make up Wing Wednesday. That's like Colton with his hump day BS, bro.
Yeah, as of now, it's Sunday.
I'm glad he's been gone.
Wing
I
Sunday.
haven't heard none of that crap since he's been gone, bro. That hump day crap. Anyways, to his right is the one with the mask, DJ FM. What's going on?
What up? We're here, man.
Yeah,
Wednesday. Let's get it.
That's right.
Wing Sunday, but it's Wednesday, so fuck it. Should it be, what starts with a W? Besides wings?
Weed Wednesday.
Weed. Aha.
Weed Wednesday. There you go.
Thank you, Cali Blaze.
Oh, let's enjoy.
Yep.
Ooh, always
Also
for the best.
running the boards is the one and only Rah not Bolton and Dominator.
What's up? What's up?
What up, Non Bolton?
What up?
What is it? And we got the Concentrate King himself. What's going on, Cali Blaze?
What up, E-Zone? What's good, guys? How we doing? How's this Wednesday treating you?
It's treating pretty good, man. We're off to a good start. It is, it's a LAFC game tonight, so I'm excited.
Sorry, booing in the
You know.
background.
The people's team,
Yeah.
people.
People. Who they playing tonight?
Oh, my man.
I'm playing against Colorado.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
but-
Colorado good?
They've been
aight.
surprisingly pretty good this season, but I'm there to have a good time. I got the suite today. Well, not the suite. I got like the top floor one.
What?
Going with a cool amount of friends, and it's Hello Kitty night. So they got like some memorabilia.
HKN?
What?
All right.
Yeah, so they got like some kind of black and gold Hello Kitty for the first 10,000 fans.
What the fuck?
You know me, dog. I like those things, man.
That-
Just whenever they have like some
Collector
memorabilia,
shit.
collector stuff, you resell
Yeah.
it, bro. And then you just make some money back on the end. And then the memories, dog. You got, it's a good time.
Yeah, that's
If
a
you
lot of
enjoy the
collectors.
sport.
There's a lot of Hello Kitty collectors shit, like expensive shit.
It used to be the bat nights at the stadiums, at Yankee Stadium, and they were these little mini bats that you got. And until people started.
Beating each other up with those.
And then it was it.
They have a
lost
very
it, man.
derogatory term.
Yeah.
They have a way to describe. I'm not gonna say that,
Yeah.
but in the hood they call them something else.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have
Things-
several
yeah.
names that I'm just like, yo, they did not get a good rep. Those little bats.
Bro.
Oh,
And
shit.
people
Yeah.
getting
They were
drunk
wood?
Yeah, it was a mini bat, bro.
I have one up there that says
I used
scumbag.
to get them all the
Yeah.
time. I wish I could find them. My father probably kept a few, I bet.
That's gotta hurt.
Oh, for sure.
You
It was a club.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was literally a fucking club.
It was a shave down. So
It was a
if you,
bat, a mini bat.
I go thrifting a lot. So sometimes, when the swap meets were good, these days they're a ghost town. But you would find everything because these people are buying storage units and breaking it down. And I remember, I think I still have it in my place. It's an old school baton. I'm talking about the wooden ones. like the real wooden ones that used to have, and the,
was wood, bro.
and it said, I
Great
think,
wood.
I think it said New York PD or something like that, and I'm like, yo, if I got my ass beat with this wooden one, I am getting knocked
up.
unconscious, let alone
For
the
sure.
metal one that they're using now.
Oh, damn.
But the wooden one, it just
Oh,
that
they
was
made
cool.
metal ones?
They have. That's the
Oh,
ones
I
that
never seen
That's the
those.
ones they have now. That it's not wood.
Yeah, they
What?
have those like
Metal doesn't make it better. What?
Worse.
What
No,
the
but
fuck?
I'm saying,
it's even worse.
but even then, you think the wooden one isn't
No, the
that bad,
wooden
but
one's
that's
definitely
quality wood, bro.
Yes,
I
the
bet
wooden
that-
one's definitely worse than like aluminum for sure.
I bet one of
Think
them
so?
wood ones
Oh, for sure.
broke on somebody's head, and they were like, you know what, we got to start upgrading.
The metal one's gonna sound way worse when it hits your head, but that wood one is gonna.
Well, I won't get hit by
solid
either one,
wood.
so-
Ay,
that thing
ay, ay.
will split a skull quick.
But those little bats that you're talking about, it's like a shaved down version of
It
those.
was. They were Yankee bats. They were in
Yeah.
the 80s. They gave them out all the time. It was like bat night, and it was normal. They'd have different bats, like collector things. Fuck, man. You gotta go and fuck it up, man.
You know what is it? It's not just people, bro. It's just like uncivilized people, bro. Because you realize whenever you
Bro,
go,
it's in the South Bronx.
Whenever
Yankee
you-
Stadium is in the South Bronx, and before they redid it, it was affordable, and people who lived there used to go to the game. Now, even like there used to be something called the Bleacher Creatures, which is basically all local people. It was very, very affordable, and it was mad fun back there. Now, even those seats are like ridiculous money. Like people, it's all corporate. Half the people there don't even know what the fuck's going on in the game.
They go
If
there for
real
the
fans
pictures.
can't afford it. Yep,
yeah, they go there for the pictures, the hors d'oeuvres, and
terrible.
like the opportunity to see like a big star
Right.
and just take a picture of
It's
with them.
bullshit. And all the real fans are like, "Fuck you," I'm not paying $22 for a beer or whatever it is. And the old stadium was gorgeous. Like it was built, I don't know, in the 20s or 30s or something like that, and it was fucking beautiful. They didn't need to redo it. Like it's nice and all, but that thing had a lot of history and a lot of famous people, and just there was no need to. And they wanted to do it so they can upsell, and they sell sushi and all sorts of crazy shit. But they took the realness out of it. Like
They
fans are
gentrified that
fucking
shit.
Whack, yeah.
It
Fans
should
are whack.
it became like a status symbol, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it really
it
became kind of like, oh, I have this much money. It's like the Lakers, bro. That's really just if you got some money, you go into the Laker games, unless you get into the nosebleeds. And even then, some of those nosebleeds for whenever they got a hot player, they're gonna be taxing you. They're gonna be taxing that ass, bro. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be getting you. Like let's just say if Kobe would have still been alive, them nosebleeds would have been going still for hundreds. And I've been on them nosebleeds at the Staples Center, quote unquote crypto center. And that, dude, why you just going up there for nothing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an ugly view, bro.
You're
Like
just going there to be there.
you're just going there
gonna
to
be
be
there.
there.
Yes.
Nobody
Wow.
cares if you fall. They're not
yeah,
gonna.
and it's so steep.
Yeah.
Yo, I used
No
to be,
fuck.
listen, when you
Really?
get like, it's different. When you're drunk, you think you can climb everything. If you get too high, because that's what we used to do. We used to take those seats so we could just smoke, and we would do that. And yo, when you get too high, you're like, I'm gonna fall down one of these motherfuckers. It's like, you get paranoid. When you're drunk,
shit.
you'll go fucking stumbling.
Face first.
Yeah, because you think you're good. When you're high, you're paranoid. And you're like, oh shit, that's fucking steep.
You're a little more careful for
Yeah,
sure.
bro.
Yeah, I
It's
feel you.
fucked up.
Yeah, no, it'd be like that. You could definitely fall out of those, and
Yeah.
I like before, man. Like you would have characters that would just be fans of certain franchises that would just be there, but everything just keeps on going. Everything keeps going up except people's wages. You know. So I don't know how they expect people to keep the average Joe to keep.
I don't know if people keep on just paying and paying and paying.
They do.
I know they just keep on paying. I mean, at some point, people are going bankrupt. I mean, there's no way you can have that much credit or that much money you saved up.
But you
No,
come-
you
you
gotta-
come-
that you keep on
When it comes
paying.
to sports, people find a way.
No, I'm just saying, like, but everything in general.
Yeah,
like,
but you come from that generation where you got the sense to not do it. Like there's
Right.
I'm a millennial, and then the generation after that. Some of these people, because you look at some of the lifestyles that some of these young people are doing it, bro. Some of these people, it's not like for every one person that is out there living off of streams and really doing it big. Shout out to them and really doing it. But a lot of these people are going into depth to portray a certain lifestyle.
but there's only so
yeah.
much that you can do, and then you run out of credit.
100%, and then you
I mean,
crash out.
and so like when you're a younger person, there's only so much credit you really could have. I mean, I had a lot of credit because I was running a business. I had like, credit cards up to $100,000
Right,
at one
with
point.
high
But
limits.
but most people don't have that stuff. So it's
Fuck
like
no.
they might have like a $10,000 credit card if they're lucky.
Right.
And it's like, well, $10,000 goes like that. So then after that, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. It's
paying interest for years.
well, I know, but then you like can't do anything else. So it's like it's crazy to me that you keep on seeing people spend all this money and they're
I didn't get my
their
first
salary's
credit
not
card
going up.
until I was almost 30.
What was that?
I didn't get my first credit card until I was almost 30. Just didn't want it. Just got a bank account and a debit card.
I had no choice. I had to buy a bunch of stuff
Yeah,
for this
that's different.
business. So,
Yeah.
but
And
I
it's
got a credit card when I was 18.
Yeah.
Made some bad choices. Then
never did that.
then didn't make no more bad choices after the first time. Until So, but
That's
they can get you in a lot of trouble too, because I remember when I was running a business and I was going downhill, and I was using the credit, to try to keep it afloat.
Yeah.
And then that just ends up in
Yeah,
all
you
types
throw
of
good money after bad money.
Well, you learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
That's why I pretty much don't do that ever again. If something's not working out, you just drop it.
That's
Don't-
why I just never
yeah.
took credit cards. I took loans, business loans when I was doing things, but I didn't do credit card.
Well, I
I
had
didn't do
both
revolving
those.
credit. To me, I just knew. I watched all my friends go through it, and I'm like, fuck that. I know at least by myself, when I swipe something, it was coming out of my account. You know what I mean? So I knew that I had it.
It was covered.
Yeah, because I didn't want to do that. I saw my friends do exactly like what he did, but not for business, but personal. But they had, a bunch of $10,000 credit cards, ran them all up. And then,
Eventually
I'm like,
the
fuck
credit, your credit score goes down so low because it sees that you have all this
It's
money
overextended.
on all these. You're over 50%,
Yeah,
so you
you're
can't get at
overextended.
some point you can't
Can't
get
get
no
new
more
credit, yep.
Can't get no more new credit.
Correct.
That's the way
Once
it
you're
works.
at a high risk like that, they're gonna make this guy's going down.
Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know. That's why when I just see some people, it's like, man, how are you affording to do all this stuff? I know what you make. You don't make that much money. It's like you just have a lot of credit. It's because back in the day, stuff was cheaper. Just 4 years ago. Everything. So
Yeah, no, man. The cost of living is definitely through the roof.
Yeah.
Let me see what day it is, man. What up?
You know how we said on the earlier show that we were going for Real Madrid?
Yeah.
They lost today, dog.
Damn.
They got a vergueada, dude.
Yeah. So to all the people that are wondering what came about the real the World Cup or whatever the tournament,
FIFA Club World Cup.
the FIFA World Cup. That was quite the upset from PSG. And you know what, man? You know what pisses me off about that, man, is that they treated LAFC like El Salvador in the groups, bro. They put us against the top 3 teams that ended up qualifying. There was no way in hell we were gonna make it in that. You should have put Miami against that, but that's neither here or there. I just wanted to point that out. We still hung in there for all the haters. But yeah, PSG. Damn, that's crazy. I did not expect that.
Nope.
Yeah, but today is National Sugar Cookie Day, bro.
What?
Yeah, National Sugar
like
Cookie
that.
Day.
does every food item have a national day out there?
Bro, they got VCR days. What do you mean?
I'm just
Food,
saying.
I'm just
We'll just say
saying.
for food alone.
They got every crazy fuck.
That's why I'm surprised when it's actually a good one. This one I don't mind.
Sugar cookies are fucking delicious. They're terrible for you, but they're delicious.
Those are like national.
Like shortbread. Shortbread is fucking phenomenal, but it's just terrible for you.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
That's kind of like the. It's like I don't know, man. It's like the basic of basic cookies because usually what makes those kind of cookies special is like if somebody puts some little cheesy decoration on it because plain by itself, it's not that impressive.
No, it's just
Yeah, it's not that impressive.
The
It's not a-
frosting's the best part.
Yeah, but the frosting's just like, bro, it's extra sugar calories on
Well-
top of the cookie. Nah,
That's
sugar on sugar.
it's sugar.
everything is fucking sugar, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Sugar cookies are good, but shortbread's better.
Everything but meat. There's no sugar in that.
Yeah, but then you can
Real?
Yeah, they're
Bullshit.
for-
If
unless you put barbecue
Well,
sauce.
let's put my diabetes sauce on there. I guess
That's it. Put
That,
sauce on it.
yeah.
Calories.
yeah, but without sauce.
Bart's barbecue sauce be making like fat fools' legs get swollen in this thing. I seen those fools that show up to the to the line of your truck, bro, and I was just like, "Hey, fool, how come you got compression socks on today?" I was like, "You shouldn't be coming back for round 2, dog."
Yeah, they should.
Dude, that's the hottest
They love-
selling item is that barbecue sauce.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone loves
Love-
that sugar sauce.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Who's got to walk around the Alondra golf course before they make it to your truck, bro?"
Well, that's the thing. They can do exercise afterwards. We'll do a couple laps around the whole block there.
Yeah, that's quite the location there. It's also National Dimples Day. I don't really know what's up with the dimples. Damn, babies have dimples like that,
Oh,
like that
yeah,
little. You
man.
could tell.
Come on, man.
That's crazy. I got one dimple. The other one, I don't know what happened to him.
What is that? Just like a dent in your face?
I don't know.
Sure is. Exactly.
It's like a
dent.
little
It-
dent,
That's
Yeah.
pretty much what it is.
Little fucking dent in your face.
a little
You
bondo.
ain't lying, yep. No, people live for the dimple. You know one's bondo in that shit. You got people out there slicing, trying to make it look like they got a dimple. They're not bondoing nothing.
Have you seen like there's a lot of crazy measures people will go to try to like make themselves look different, bro. You know, like
People are crazy.
like Asian chicks, they be putting the tape in their eye.
What do you mean they cut?
Yeah, they have the surgery, but if you don't have the money for the surgery,
South Korea's like
they put like a little. It's like a little strip of like adhesive, and like they just kind of like does something with your eye. It's like this little makeup tweak. I remember
South Korea has, I think, the highest augmentation of any country, meaning like per person is South Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because there's certain surgeries that all the girls get at certain ages. And it's like,
people are obsessed with that shit, man.
It's
crazy. You seen the lady that left her kid in the car to go fucking get
lip filler?
Lip filler.
Yeah, I seen that, bro. That's crazy, bro. And the kid died.
They care more about, how they look on Instagram or, getting fucking, likes and views and shit and their own kid. Like, damn.
Oh, if it's hot, how you gonna leave a little kid in the car, bro?
Yeah, people are fucking crazy. I don't know.
Like, I don't have a kid, but I wouldn't leave my pets in there. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, people are, every year now, thank God for cameras and shit. Because especially when they see an animal, the first thing they'll do is just record it. So God forbid people try to press charges. They'll show that the dog or cat is in the car, and then they break the fucking window.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then those people should be brought up on charges. People, and I hate to say, but kids die in cars, bro.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about.
Yeah, not just fucking dogs, man. Yeah. People leave their young children in a car. Oh, I'll be 2 minutes. Next thing you know, they're stuck for 10 minutes, but it's 110 degrees outside, and it's terrible.
Yeah, you know how easy it is to forget about some shit, bro?
Yeah. Or the AC goes out.
Car turns off, whatever.
There's sometimes, bro, where you're just like, I'm gonna go do something, bro. And the moment you take a few steps, you lost that thought, or you just forgot about it. You just keep going, or you're in the middle of something, and then bam, like it all just goes blank, and then you don't really know what you're gonna do. And I'm like, I imagine you could easily forget, like, what was I supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
And then the kids in there, like, oh, it's fucking hot in
here.
That's
why I would never leave a kid in a car like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You don't do that, and especially if it's hot or cold. Like you live in the extreme cold. Fuck. Anything can happen. The car can shut off. Just assume the car shuts off.
In Vegas, they just passed a law that I think it's like the person doesn't get charged for breaking a window for. They did it for for animals, but they I guess they did it because of the people who've been leaving animals and babies in there.
Yeah.
But as long as a person stays after they called the cops and stays after they broke the window and all this stuff. They don't get charged.
It usually. Yeah, they record it to show, hey.
But that's not the case everywhere, though.
Well, you know what? I would do it anyway. I don't care if I get charged.
Who gives a fuck?
Charge
me.
Yeah. There's a dog or a baby, you break the fucking window. Or a cat, any animal.
Exactly.
Fuck, any animal, any person. If they're in the car, break the window, call the police.
Especially it's fucking hot. Like Arizona, they don't get no breaks. This shit's summer all year over there. Fuck that.
Yeah, don't leave the scene. Call the police. Say, listen, I did it. Whatever. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, and I have it recorded. You know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do, but I'm not leaving. I'm reporting it myself, and that's it. Yeah. Just stay there. So in any justice system, I don't think anybody's going to be pressing charges, and you're not going to be paying for shit.
Yeah,
the life of that whatever's in the car is worth more than whatever ticket you might get,
Agreed, brother. Hell yeah.
This is your reason to break a window.
No, you definitely gives you a legitimate reason to do it.
There's somebody out there that's checking every window in every parking lot.
Please give me a reason. Hey, if there's a reason, you go ahead and bust away.
I was just watching Day After Tomorrow. Like, I love them disaster movies, like End of the World, fucking, post-apocalyptic type shit. And in that movie, they bust open one of the fucking vending machines. It was so satisfying for me. I was like, man, I've always wanted to do that shit. Yeah. When it takes your money or it just and the wheel just stops and your shit doesn't fall, you're like, God. Yeah.
That's a very crazy way to die too. A lot of people die. Not a lot of people, but there's a good percentage of people that die every year of being crushed by a vending machine.
What?
Yeah, that's
no way.
That's the real death because somebody.
Trying to get in
from shaking it.
Somebody
from shaking it. Oh shit! I never thought about that.
Yeah.
And usually they everybody's when they're angry, their sense is to
Shake.
it
Shake and
forward and
pull,
back, and it'll tip over this way.
Oh,
It's
no.
not gonna tip. So if you're gonna tip it over, go to the side and push it.
Oh shit.
And
Or
then,
don't
and then
tip
it'll
it.
fall to the side. The glass will break, and you take whatever you want.
Oh
Yeah, just
damn.
don't push it over.
Yeah, you
Hypothetically.
don't want to go out like that, bro.
Just don't.
How was he killed by a bag of
not
Doritos
worth
and
it.
fucking M&Ms and shit?
Bag of Doritos or whatever. It's not worth jail or your life. Just don't push it over.
Yeah, no,
Leave it.
no, yeah.
Write it off. Take down the number if you're that furious. Then you can tell them I want more money. You'll get in this fucking machine.
But you could also get in trouble for that too, man. I
You
think
definitely can. That's what I said. You avoid going to jail and fucking killing yourself. Don't shake the machine. That's it. It's not worth it. Literally, not for a bag of Doritos.
Yeah, no shit.
I've shook on a few.
I believe
That-
it.
that-
You're
that-
drunk.
they got
Definitely.
stuck, and then it's like, fuck
Definitely.
that.
Yeah, it's frustrating. You're like,
Yeah, you just push it back and forth 3 times. Yeah,
The-
exactly.
The more expensive the stuff inside the machine is, the more difficult it is going to be.
Or how that might be the
To break
only
into it.
source of food or snacks or drinks at that time. That's the worst.
Yeah.
But that's the only source.
Like I love the vending machines at the airport, bro. The airport has some of the best vending machines ever, bro. Like you could buy an iPod.
Any-
Well, you could buy an iPhone.
that shit is crazy.
You can buy a brand new laptop.
Yeah.
And I'm
What do you
just
mean?
like, damn.
Jewelry, watches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every,
Like, hey,
tax free.
You're on vacation. You deserve this Rolex off
Yeah.
the vending machine.
No tax.
Yeah.
Duty free over there. So yeah.
All that shit matters,
Word.
man. Yeah. Let's get into the did you knows. Did you know? And today in 1946, Bon Scott from AC/DC was born.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh yeah, congratulations. You know,
BS.
yeah. You know what was crazy that I saw recently? Them trending, bro. That it's sad when you see that. Like you would like to see a good artist that's been legendary throw in the towel before your fans tell you, like, hey,
You sound
Let it go.
like, or just like, hey, bro, like, what is this? Like a retirement home, you know, like up there, like, yeah, because not for nothing, there was this clip that surfaced about them kind of performing, and everybody's just like, yo, like that's it. I feel bad for these guys. They're like, they're old. They all look like they all look like really old Roddy Pipers. You know what I mean? Like, and they're just all just out of energy. And shout out to them. I'm sure they're killing it in the way that they feel they're doing it upstage. But the fans were all like, it's time to
Let it go.
like it's time to just that's it, bro. I don't know if we could like play that clip or find some kind of clip like that, but
I wonder.
yeah, AC/DC like recently, bro, trending, bro. They're that old, bro.
That's
Look at
them
that.
this year.
He don't look. The lead singer
Bro,
don't
you
look
know how
that
old
bad,
Rolling
but
Stones are?
Angus Young is.
They're like 80s.
But they're still
Angus
performing though.
I think so is Rolling Stones. I don't know if they stopped yet. They might have stopped, but they might not have. You can look that up. They were old as fuck. I don't know if they were any good, but they were old as shit. They were in their 80s.
Who's this?
Rolling Stones?
Oh yeah, they can't.
Definitely, I'm just saying.
It says that they are still actively
doing it.
touring.
See?
damn it.
How old are they, bro?
Old as fudge, man.
Yep. I
Since
bet
what?
you in mid-80s.
Mid 60s? No,
80s.
early 60s.
Well, who's gonna? I mean, they're gonna get.
They've got to be in their 80s.
They're gonna get people from their era. They're gonna grab a bunch of kids too that want to see the shit before these dudes die. They know they can still make money. They don't
I
give
know,
a
and
fuck.
their tickets are still mad.
They're gonna be up there like Rod Stewart in a wheelchair and shit. Sexy.
You know what was another thing too that I saw being, man, who the fuck left the door open, bro? Yeah, you know, what was another thing that I saw that tripped me out was Ozzy Osbourne had
Oh, yeah.
his last concert, bro, and it was the last Ozfest.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, I loved Ozzy all my life, you know, since the Osbournes. Not really for
technically an
not for
Ozfest.
like the rock reasons at first, because I saw the reality show and then I was like, holy shit! And then I bought the first CD, you know, that I bought was a Black Sabbath CD. So I've always loved Ozzy in that sense, but it was kind of like an emotional moment where you see, like, he's realizing that like that is the last time that he is going to be out there. This is the last Ozfest.
It is.
And he's still, for that age, he hits those
He did
notes,
a good
bro.
job, bro. He did a really good job, especially for what he's going through physically. And, you know, I didn't know that he had Parkinson's. And, you know, that's
what?
That's what I
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. You know, that's really sucks. And it's like, you know, he did great. And the performance and covers by everybody else were phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like the whole tribute was, they raised a ton of money, and by the way, all of it went to charity.
Yeah.
I think it
All
was
that.
130 million.
140, I think.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
Hell yeah.
Something ludicrous, but great. That all went to like, I think a children's hospital and some
Yep.
cancer research or something like that, or Parkinson's, whatever it was. They raised a shit ton of money.
That's
so
awesome.
it was an amazing event, all in all. Just phenomenal.
I could be wrong. It might have not been Ozfest, but it's in some kind of Ozzy concert. I didn't know that Sharon was so big in like a big person in the rock music industry like that. I thought she was
That's his Lisa, dog.
I thought she was just like Ozzy's wife.
No, she was his manager.
No, yeah, but she, like, her dad had connections in the music business as well, and that's where she learned her shit.
Yeah.
She's a very powerful woman.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, her, like, the way she can kind of, like, make or break a band. Like, she has history with the Smashing Pumpkins, you know, ICP talking shit to her. Like, I went down, like, a deep dive. I was just like, holy shit. So Sharon has contributed a lot to the reason Ozzy has kind of, like, maintained this, you know, this candle lit is, like, the Prince of Darkness.
They were a great couple. They were made for each other. They were made for each other. They were absolutely made for each other.
Yeah, that's definitely a good match right there.
They for sure were.
I was gonna say Amy Poehler does a good version of her on SNL. She does a really good rendition.
Yeah.
Yeah, but much respect to Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne.
Sharon Osbourne.
Yeah. Out there. They're killing it, man. The original.
Isn't the homie Sid?
First reality TV family.
Yeah, he got
not the fucking Kardashians. It was the Osbourne.
Isn't the homie Sid married to his daughter? Or
They got engaged on the day of.
Yeah, which people criticizing. They're like, yo, man, you could have waited. It was Ozzy's night, man. That's what I saw the comments
You ruined
everywhere.
it.
That could be dead next week.
Yeah, I'm just saying they were like, people like, you could have just waited any day, but it was Ozzy's night.
Who's marrying her?
But no, Sid from what's it
Slipknot.
called? From
Slipknot.
Oh, like the dude, the homie that has come here before. Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's marrying Kelly Osbourne?
He had his own show
got a
on here
kid with her.
before. He had his own little pod as well.
That's
on here.
awesome, and I
dope.
think congratulate. I'm not hating on him at all. I'm just saying what I read people hating in the comments. Let's be clear.
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah, and you know
Yeah,
what?
me either.
It was
Ozzy
it was
loved
the same night
so
of the show or
it doesn't
something.
matter what stupid people in the comments say.
Yeah.
It matters what Ozzy said, and he didn't. He was happy.
No, you know what?
You know what
Blaze?
I mean? So who cares about the haters?
You're
in the
right, though. You're right,
comments?
though. It's nobody should be fucking
That's
robbing
right.
you. Your
Exactly.
moment there.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
they did
it's
that
not your
backstage.
business.
It's like, bro, like, for example, it's like you being in a wedding. You have your friends there, but your friend that day uses it to fucking propose to his fucking lady. You fucking piece of shit. Like,
what if-
like, you know what I mean? Like,
It was a
how
backstage
fucking, like, yo,
move.
come on, bro. It's not your moment.
But then again, it's different circumstances though. The guy's like ready to croak. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of fucked up to say it that way, but he's older. What if he's thinking, you know, let me do it while he's still alive?
That's what I'm
if
trying to
What if he
say.
passes away tomorrow and I don't get to tell him?
Okay, he doesn't have cancer or anything. You know what I mean?
He doesn't?
It doesn't. But you know what though? Here, that could just comes down to it doesn't matter what anybody says, but them. If they were okay with it, no one in the
Yeah, that's ultimately that's what
fuck
it is,
are you?
bro.
You don't
If
have to
if Ozzy's cool with it, then why are you bothered?
Exactly. It's not their business.
Yeah.
Go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Literally.
Word
They
up.
can go fuck themselves. It's not their business.
Look, all that shit happened backstage. It wasn't like, oh my
Yeah,
God, we're going to
bro.
make an announcement. So,
Correct.
You know,
Oh,
it's all good.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it was
See,
backstage.
exactly.
It was
exactly. He just
Just
wanted Pops
Ozzy's
to
Ozzy's
know.
fucking quinceañera, bro.
Bro.
Put some fucking respect, dog.
He did have respect.
I think he's doing it because he knew he's older and he don't want to miss his chance, bro. He's like, hey, we don't know.
Like Ozzy
we don't,
didn't know he was gonna marry her. Like, don't you have a kid with her?
we're not promised tomorrow, and his odds are not that great right now. Let's just tell him.
The man
He'll be
survived breaking his back off of ATV.
Yeah.
He has survived. The man is he
He'll
has
be
some
around.
he has
He's not
some kind of
going
pact with Satan, bro. But he just can't die. All right, bro. So he's gonna live through this, bro. That's the, like
Satan's like, you know what? Remember that album cover? Good looking out. I got you on this one. I'm gonna make you last.
it sucks that he was the face for you know, all that propaganda that America tried pushing when they tried to ruin the genre of rock and roll or heavy metal, when they the Satanic Panic, and then they put it on the Doors, and they put it on
Let me
Black
tell you something, bro.
Sabbath and all that shit.
If you actually listen to Sabbath or Ozzy, you will know that it ain't evil. The music and the lyrics, the nature of the music, like When you hear the sound of it, it's dark, yes, okay? The covers, yeah, they got that image, but fuck, what else are you going to put for a rock cover, especially in that era? You going to put some cheesy shit on there? No. You're going to put what's hot, what fucking works, what people like. But ultimately, the music was positive. If you listen to the message, everything from fucking Crazy Train to whatever, at the end, it does have like a positive message. You know what I mean? I've never heard him say some shit like, go, worship Satan or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
No, well, they say that it wasn't like out there, because when you listen to songs like War Pigs, that's like a political song, bro. You know what I mean? Like when you listen to shit like that, it has a political message to it. Talks about people dying for no reason and all this stuff. So it's like there's a very big, powerful message behind it. And then the way that they try to tweak it is saying, well, if you listen to the Blizzard backwards, who the fuck is gonna listen to this shit backwards, bro? Like
if I took our conversation from right now and played it backwards, I'm sure there'd be some words that sounded like Satan or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? You can hear anything you want at that
shit
point.
sounds like Sims, bro.
Yeah, come on. That shit ain't real.
Nope.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, like if
Nice
it,
freestyle, 'cause that worked perfect.
because I feel that like certain genres, they did, when they were perceived, like it happened to hip hop when they took it from like being a political thing, or I guess bringing awareness type of thing, and then they're just like, yeah, we got to promote crime, so we have people committing crimes because it's that influential.
Yeah,
I feel like they try to do the same shit with rock, but it didn't kind of work in the beginning, and then they made it a little bit more pussy instead of making it promote bad shit. So like all those hardcore bands fucking stopped getting love, and then it was an era of like, because I mean,
that's when the fucking big hair bands
the hair
came
metal
out.
band era. That I get it, like that was a whole era, but then like when it feels like nothing good came out after like the fucking 80s, bro.
But
like,
but you know what though? But Ozzy and Sabbath did, have a dark side, and they wanted a rapper. They straight up put that in their image. That's for sure. They wanted that dark image. They went for it, and absolutely people clung to it. It was a very rebellious. It was mad early, man. Like they were like, what, late 60s or something like that? That type of sound was like fucking new, and they were definitely on the darker side, and they were proud of that.
Oh yeah,
they were anti whatever.
Yeah, the shit made them cool.
I
liked it. And I wasn't fucking worshiping the devil. No
you
shit
didn't
like
have
that.
to. You just had to like the music, and it was a rebellious thing.
Mr.
And
Crowley?
People, a lot of people listened at that time. in
Mr.
the
Crowley is a
60s.
real person.
Bro, think about it. Where 68 was, that was a very hippie era-ish.
Do you
so
know who
that was
Mr. Crowley is?
Completely.
isn't that Aleister Crowley?
Yeah. I don't know if the songs. I'm assuming the songs about
Yeah,
him.
that's what.
I didn't really like that song. I never got into it, but I know who Aleister Crowley is for sure.
Yeah.
That's a real person.
Yeah. Well, he was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's quite the crazy history, man. Like the 70s, and then when you look at that music, you're like, damn, bro, they were thinking pretty deep.
Yeah.
I was like,
late 60s, that was real hippie era, bro. Real heavy hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
So that was the exact opposite, So you had a huge following for that because they were like fucking, we're anti whatever. Not just anti, they were just completely different.
They were
More
living through
rebellious, a
similar
different way.
times. They were
just
just very
different.
revolutionary and
Yep,
a lot of
that
shit
was-
going
yeah.
on.
They're anti whatever.
Mhm.
They probably respected the hippies had their anti movement, but theirs was separate.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who clung to that side,
Oh yeah.
especially at that time.
Yep. Also, did you know today in 1964, Courtney Love was born?
Oh shit.
A lot of controversy.
I
gotta say, no real.
That is, people say she smoked her, right?
There's so many things.
Nah, she didn't though.
I don't think.
That she what?
so.
Smoked
yeah,
her?
yeah.
She smoked them. Supposedly, that's the theory.
No.
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
think so,
There's
dog.
people would say, but I don't think so. I
Didn't
don't
he leave a letter?
think maybe she had something to do with it, meaning driving him crazy.
That I believe. That I
Yeah,
believe,
that-
bro.
that's
Have you ever
awesome.
watched the documentary about this shit?
Nah, man. But
You could tell that
was
she
it.
was jealous of his career, dog. She was going to
made
his
him more
sound
shine.
checks and all that shit, and she was just mad, always bitter as fuck. Yeah, I mean, she had Hole, her own
Yeah.
band.
But
she
the guy
did.
was fucking
But-
up though.
I don't doubt that he
He had a really serious drug problem.
took himself out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, both of them had a serious drug problem,
did.
though, when you think about it. And it's
They
just
did.
like, two wrongs don't make a right.
No, and heroin's a fucked up drug.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So
his
he
was a
could definitely
bigger
go down the wrong hole quick.
And think
But
about it.
seriously, if you're unstable, fucking,
Yeah.
you know,
Like if you're a mentally unstable person,
absolutely.
and somebody triggers you in a moment of heat, like a moment of like just like you're in a very bad moment, you could commit a crime of passion.
Yeah.
You could commit something that you can quote unquote black out, even though I don't believe those crimes where people are like, I just don't remember. I was like, so you don't remember smoking 12 fools? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
that I know
like
what
you
you mean.
blacked out for every time you
Yeah.
pulled the trigger, fool. I don't believe that shit, bro.
It happens.
No, yeah.
Nah, fool, that shit don't fucking happen, bro.
Not
The
for
recoil
12 people,
of the
maybe
gun,
one person.
like,
Yeah.
at any moment, something like, what if a hot shell hits you in the face? You're gonna keep reacting. You're not gonna go like, you know what I mean? Like in the middle of it, like, come on, bro. Like,
You ever seen cops and people on a 2-day meth bender? Yeah, they're like fucking superheroes. They get shot with a taser. They just
that's what I'm saying. Like,
flick it off. And keep
maybe
going.
they got into a really bad fight that time, and then he was just like, you know what? Fuck this. You know, like I've had enough. And then probably, you know, he was in the middle of the sick one, bro. You could fucking drive yourself because when you're doing real drugs. That shit, that's not you no more. Those, like, you know, those things are like they take over your brain, bro. You start thinking differently. People are like, and your real friends, if they're your real friends, they end up telling you it's like, hey, it's like you're two people.
Yeah. He was definitely, you could tell he was an emotional dude. He might have been having that moment on something and just was like, I'm done. And that chick, you could tell, dude. Oh my God, I can't even imagine the hell that broad was. I would not want to live like that. Yeah. You watch that documentary. It's really good.
Is it this one, Montage of Heck?
I believe so.
Because
That's the one on HBO, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That shit gave me anxiety, bro. There's like a lot of fucking shit behind the scenes where you see the home footage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
And you can.
They're
feel,
arguing and shit.
Yeah, and you can feel the fucking like the energy as you're watching it because I was getting
Yeah.
into it and I'm like, fuck, I feel bad for him. Like I'm just.
Oh
Like,
yeah, but they were both mentally
were both
unstable.
fucking
I don't know why the fuck he stayed with her.
He was fucked up too.
when I kept seeing those videos of fighting, I was like, they probably have a video where he just like punched the shit out of her and he just lost it. You know what I mean? Because like, bro, those fights were intense. And
Yeah.
This fool's like, he's like fucking pushing her. I'm like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I'm like, why are people recording this?
Yeah.
Who's recording this shit, bro? Like, hey, check it out. It's Kurt. And
Yeah.
fucking,
Man.
Then there was no camera phones back then, so.
No,
real
it's an actual
cameras.
fucking-
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying that's probably why a lot of the stuff wasn't captured, you know, like because there was no phones.
Right.
So, yeah, there was all types of crazy shit that happened before the phone.
Yeah, no, he's saying it's crazy that they even used.
Oh, that they had any? Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like who the hell's recording these fights and what?
But in some of those videos,
yes, camera.
in some of those videos, it's like him, like he's checking in and he's recording it, like because you can tell.
Yeah,
some
but
of the,
that's in the '90s. They had camcorders, and they were smaller. They were.
Doug, you know what's crazy? I used to
Ridiculous
carry
anymore.
one of those little mini camcorders. They had high 8
Yeah, the high eight
tapes inside of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to
those were good
carry that
ones.
shit with me everywhere, bro. Before phones had fucking like good cameras like that.
My
You know
dad
what I
used
mean?
to have a bunch of cameras to record everything, you know.
Yeah.
Dog, the whole
every family trip.
the whole early part of Psycho Realm, our first tour, when the guys released that album, I jumped on the first tour with them with ICP. I recorded like 90% of that shit, bro. Behind the scenes, on stage,
you
off
should
stage.
digitalize that shit, bro.
I got Jack was trying to buy it off me. I was like, oh
Nah,
man,
bro,
it's hard
fuck
to let
that,
go
bro.
of that.
Keep
That's
that
fine.
shit.
Yeah, if he was trying to buy it.
Yeah, bro, keep that shit. Put that shit on.
I mean,
like,
I of course it's his, band and stuff. So respectfully, I'm
But it
like,
was
oh,
your camera,
yeah,
fool.
but
You
I
were
just
being
felt
paid to be on the job.
I just felt connected to it. I didn't want to let it go like that. I didn't want to sell it or nothing. I didn't, you know what I mean? I felt like
yeah, because you felt the person that it came out of you to capture that moment. Nobody else thought about doing the step on shit.
Yeah, it's
like at that time,
very
for some-
personal for me,
Yeah,
like-
for somebody, I bet you have some gems, bro. If you
I do.
digitalize some of them, bro, you should start your own YouTube, bro. Just be like, yo, tour stories with FM and all this shit. 'Cause
Oh,
you have,
shit.
I imagine some of that shit is probably crazy, but to
I
digitalize that shit is
I
some other
do
shit.
have some crazy shit, bro. Yeah, I posted a couple on my page. I think one is a tiny clip of us on the tour bus with Bobo and Be Real, and ICP had actually kicked us off the tour bus because we were fucking fucking couldn't handle us and shit. We were sharing the tour bus with them for the first half of the tour, and they were like, fuck these dudes, they gotta go. Can you guys get your own bus? Because we can't handle
much
it.
drinking or smoking?
We were doing everything, bro. Bringing so many women onto that bus and doing shit that them guys, I thought they were rock stars, you know what I mean? But apparently they were trying to keep it mellow because they had a rough past. You know what I mean? They were dealing with addiction and rehabilitation, and they're in the middle of fighting some shit and watching us fuck off and do some. And their brother was their manager at the time, and he came up to me. He was like, "Hey man, can you guys like tone it down a little bit? Because the guys, they're." I'm like, "Bro, this is our first like." At least for me, it was I think Jack and Duke had toured with Be Real before on some Cypress shit, kind of when B was kind of like teaching them the road and whatnot. But me personally, I had never even been on a tour bus, bro. So I was like, man, I don't know what I can hold back, bro. I'm having a lot of fun right now. So, you live and you learn, man. But I got a lot of that footage for sure. I'm going to post it somewhere.
Yeah, Hyatts, you can still convert them and get a really good quality. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Straight digital files.
Yeah, man. And they do it easily, too. You can do it yourself, too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when we painted your faces ICP? Bart?
Yes, I remember.
Bart did that?
Yeah.
Whoop whoop.
Dustin with the fucking ICP face.
Man, it was supposed to be Buzz Lightyear.
Smoke Fest 2.
What?
Yes, yeah, it was supposed to be Buzz Lightyear. That's what I was told I was getting painted as, and then I looked like ICP afterwards. I looked in the mirror and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it already was going bad enough. And then I was like, I mean, I don't know. It looked better, I guess, than Buzz Lightyear. I was just curious on how I was going to look being painted like Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, because that was because I didn't have the costume.
No, he's just like, why is my face all white? I was like, just let the guy do his thing, bro.
Settle down.
Settle down.
That day, that RIP to that carpet.
You didn't tell him, you just did.
No, I sat down willingly because I didn't have the Buzz Lightyear outfit that I was supposed to have. So they said they're going to paint me like Buzz Lightyear. I'm like, whatever. Let's
Smoke Fest?
Yeah, the Smoke Fest too.
Right.
Yeah, and then Nas Fest too.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Shit.
Remember that?
There's a little sparkles.
Yeah, on the floor because
everywhere.
the balloons had fucking
Those stars.
yeah, all those little stars, and then we like, nah, let's just keep getting balloons. Dude, that carpet was messed.
I found it, dog.
There it is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, man.
That was it.
I wish we could go back, man. That was a good event.
It was a lot of fun. Cost me a lot of money, but it was a lot of fun.
That happens. It's worth it, though, for good memories, man. It is. When you look back, you're like, oh, you had a good time. That's all that matters.
Oh, it was a great time.
Yep. When you get older, that's what it'll be like, it was worth it.
That was it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I also made all the food there too.
Yep.
That was even funnier. All the food looked like. There we go.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That was like the second event that Marty Missile was at, I think.
yeah.
Well, I had Smokefest 1 and then 2.
He wasn't he wasn't like as big as he's right now.
No.
Yeah, like now he's selling his own tips. His papers are cool as fuck.
Papers are great, man.
Yeah, his papers are great. I like those papers. I like the packaging.
Marty,
all
yeah,
that
bro,
shit.
it's great, and they're big enough to actually work. I mean,
Who's this?
Marty Grimes.
Yeah, Marty Grimes, right? He's got his own papers, and it opens up where you can actually use it to roll. Like, it's enough, right? And it's really
Like it's
cool.
not like it'll literally be like this much.
Yeah, bro, literally. But it folds out, and it's actually sturdy. It's good papers inside of it. It's really nice. It's affordable. It's like $4.99 or something for the pack or something stupid.
Hell yeah.
Way worth it. Absolutely. Yeah, you could probably find him on his website or just check out Marty Missiles. Yeah.
All right.
Game day, man.
Marty Grimes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nino.
What are you drinking over there, bro?
Yeah.
You know, come on, man. This tequila right here, dog. This tequila my dad left behind. Cause you know it's a game day.
He didn't leave
and
it behind. You know that.
One of
I'm gonna get my mellow mayonnaise on.
What is that? You feel the fucking
You
thing?
felt the
Yeah.
top.
Fill up the top, dog.
No way.
And you take a little shot. Anybody else got a cup?
Excellent.
See, this is the thing about it being built in right here, dog.
There we go.
You guys want a shot too?
Sure.
Hell yeah! To be real, almost coming back.
Of
So
course. To be real. Shout out to Be Real in Cypress.
yeah,
Hill.
shout out to Be Real, man. It's like,
Yeah.
Be real.
all,
Yeah,
them,
B.
all the Cypress crew.
I wish I could have his parking pass today for the game.
That'd be nice.
That would be nice, bro.
That's a good parking spot.
I know it is the best parking spot, bro. I think you got to be like a 30 years into the hip hop.
You should have reached out like a couple days before.
All right, cheers.
Salute. That shit is sweet. What is that?
Tequila reposado, I think.
Repo, okay?
No, tequila plata, mi familia flores.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that was a nice
It was like
little
2 shots.
Yeah, nice good little shot right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can get through this list. In 1969, Percy P was born.
Word.
Happy birthday, Percy P.
Shout out to Percy.
I don't know who that is, but
Happy birthday, brother. Dope.
happy birthday.
He's a rapper from the Bronx.
Yeah. Old school.
Hey, yo.
Old
Gotta
school
look at his
MC.
top hits to get familiar.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
you know.
He's still dope, though.
I say that with respect because that's how I find out about an artist. Sometimes you guys talk about some artists and I'm just like, I wasn't alive, fools. I don't know what to tell you guys. I can't add on to it. And then sometimes I'll type in my workout or I'm driving and then I'll go based on top hits. And then I'm just like, I've heard this before. Like, this is cool. And I get familiar with the other stuff, you know?
I heard him recently on somebody else's shit, and he's still nice. He's still killing the mic. So, yeah, respect to him.
Yeah. Fools be thinking I don't be doing my homework and shit. It's just like, it's hard sometimes to get into it when I don't know. I just wasn't alive for it. So I have to do my homework before. I'm like, you know what? I've been listening to this shit for like a good fucking couple weeks, you know? Because I'll get into certain albums and I'm like, damn, this is tight. Next one, let me see. In 1975, Jack White was born. Happy birthday, Jack White.
That dude is so fucking talented, bro. I love this motherfucker, man.
AW.
His solo shit is fucking fire, dude. He's really good.
I think he looks like a magician.
Performer, his
He is a
music.
magician of sorts.
It's just, dude's sick. I mean, he created an anthem I know you fucking know, because you know soccer. He did that. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
Remember that song,
damn.
dude?
Yeah, he's from the fucking White Stripes.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, so that's where he's
Ants.
from.
Him and that
Jack
chick.
White.
It used to be him and the chick. I don't know if it's his sister or his broad or what.
A lot
Nah,
of
but,
speculation on
I'm
that.
gonna talk
Lot of
about
speculation
it.
on
that.
but yeah, anthems, homie.
Got a 7-nation army. Yeah,
That's all.
that's the song.
That's
right?
all any artist ever wants. One of those, bro. One of them jump arounds.
Definitely, that's one.
One of them fucking.
Because that did become.
dun.
I think the chant was around, but they made it into a song, and then it just got solidified. Because that's always been. Like,
I never heard that chant before that
I think
song.
that chant's been for different teams. Like,
If it is, then they were smart as fuck
Yeah,
to do that, bro.
but
'Cause, yo,
it's no different than like when like a Ricky Martin did the Ole 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 song. That he took that. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, World Cup. I'm gonna make this Copa de Life song, and then he blew up.
you gotta understand, him and that chick. It was just him and the chick.
Yeah.
So whatever he was playing on the guitar, and it was just guitar and drum. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't really too many more layers to their shit. So I mean, I don't know who came up with that first. I'm gonna have to research that.
Somebody said I'm wrong. Hey, I could be wrong. I just,
You wrong.
somebody Google check.
I
it.
think people liked that song and it became an anthem at the games, bro.
What?
But it is crazy because
Song
it's
was
not even a
big
lyric.
before a game. What do you mean? Is that what you're saying?
No, that I mean, eventually the song became so popular that people just started fucking chanting it at games. And shit. It became a thing.
I was saying the song became popular before the chant.
I think so.
For sure it did. It was a big song when it came out.
Yeah.
Next one. In 1991, the Ghetto Boys dropped "We Can't Be Stopped."
Yo, shout out to Ghetto Boys. They gave me my first gold record, bro.
It's crazy how like this fool got rushed to the hospital. And they're like, "Yeah, that's a good picture right there."
Yeah, man.
Shout out
He
to
was
them.
Bushwick. Yeah, he didn't care.
A classic hip hop album.
Yeah, man, look at that. All three of them were dope. Dog, in Miami, when you played that song, when that little when that shit came on, the whole place lit up.
That was an anthem.
Anthems.
Yep, that was a fucking anthem.
That song is a trip, man. Like when you really listen to it, you're like, "Damn, what's going on in this song?"
Hell yeah, that was dope.
It wasn't even Halloween.
I was
bro,
on the
he's
radio.
not-
I was on the radio
fucking
back then.
crazy.
I had my mix show in Miami
Great
and my mix
song.
show in California at the same time. and I was playing that record, and a lot of people weren't, because it was pretty fucking
deep, but he was
it was
telling
deep,
the
but it's
story,
talking about
though.
some violent shit in the song. So
he's telling a story. It was dope.
yeah, at the time, radio wasn't playing shit like that too much. So I was sneaking it into the mix, and the label showed me love, dog. They sent me, as soon as that record went gold, they sent me a plaque with my name on it and shit. Like, yo, thank
Still
you.
have it?
Thank you. Yeah, I still do.
That's
Thank you
tight,
for
man.
contributing to this. Yeah, I mean,
Dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, being part of that is dope.
That was dope.
Yeah, that's sick, man. All right, let me see. Sorry about that shit. I guess we also have an upcoming clip as well, or one of the interviews we did at Cali Vibes. I believe I'm in that interview. We will have that coming up at the top of
featuring
the
the
hour.
elevators.
Huh?
Featuring the elevators.
Oh, featuring the elevators. You know.
that's a dope name.
Yep. Sometimes we gotta get elevated. You know.
Yeah.
That shot got me pretty good, man.
He got me pretty good, dude.
Right?
What a
Like,
bunch
it
of
just-
pussies.
I know.
No, it was. It was.
I
good.
wish
It,
I
he had to
still
take it in
drank.
two shots. It was a healthy shot.
I
It was a
fucking know.
bitch-ass shot.
No, I
I've
gave,
seen
dude.
It was
I've
two
seen
shots
it
in one.
before.
It was probably
Listen
probably
to
3
me,
ounces.
Dustin.
I could drink a whole bottle.
Oh, you're
I
still
know
drinking
it
yours
was.
too,
Dude.
What the fuck?
But
I
you
doubt that
guys
shit.
are pussies. I could fucking drink 3-4 fingers, no problem.
I'm not saying I couldn't.
I was like,
You're soft, man.
I'm not saying I
Okay,
couldn't.
we don't want him to wreck the set again. All right.
Look,
No,
Oh,
we
shit.
don't.
Look, I drank a
I
whole
wouldn't
bottle
do
right
that,
in that
no.
seat you're at
Yeah,
during the show.
No way.
Yeah, that's when I
Yeah.
destroyed the set.
yeah.
That
When
was
I
bad.
was I was having a bad day, and Psycho Les took like 2 shots, I
You
think, and
had
that
a
was bad.
You destroyed the set. What do you
But-
mean you
Fell
just?
through
It was a bad day. It was.
No.
It was. You never heard this story?
No, I never heard this story.
Okay, I was on the show one day, and I lost a bunch of weight prior, and I hadn't been drinking a whole lot, and I went and bought a bottle of bourbon down here.
Took a blue
and I drank half of it before the show, and then Psycho Les may had a shot, and during the show I drank the rest of the bottle basically by myself.
Fuck.
And then like I got up to like go to the bathroom or
drink a
something,
whole pack
and
of the
and
fucking-
and I basically
Pull the lights and
hit the camera there, and the whole set fell down on top of me. The camera fell down. I was holding it. Steph Tone was right there. He knew something was going on. He just didn't want to look at it. And then Be Real had to stop the show. He
He knew something was going on. He just
no,
didn't want to look at it.
he just it was and then Dom ran down there. I thought he was.
I wish I was Dom that day.
Yeah, I thought Dom was gonna kill me.
Come on, man.
Like,
Shit.
Come
yeah,
on,
well, yeah,
man.
that's what Be Real said. Come on, man.
come on.
Man, and that's where that whole Murr thing came from some shit I said that day that Bobo heard, and it became this Murr thing.
No way.
Yeah, this is serious. It's all this in one day. And I was sitting right there. That's where I was sitting at when I drank all
Dom
that.
jumped through the second floor window.
No way,
Like,
bro.
Pretty close. It seemed like
To
that.
fucking save the camera.
He got down here quick. Yeah, I was like holding like the whole thing up, and like luckily like nothing broke, you know, but it wasn't as secure as now. They Bart's proofed it
Like the
afterwards.
movie.
Wow.
They like redid everything because I destroyed it.
He Bart's proofed it.
Yeah, they tried to,
Come on.
but no, but yeah, that's when destroyed the set.
Wow.
That's why he
He says
like,
it
it's this whole
every
joke.
chance he can get.
I mean, it's like this whole joke.
Yeah,
that
when
about
Bart's
Bart's ruined the set.
You should make remember when Bart's ruined the set tease.
Dude, you guys should have recorded that shit. Somebody
Come on,
should have pulled out a
man.
camera.
Right
of
I'm
that.
sure someone has a camera, but it just
You know,
no one's ever.
if
No one-
somebody can
never
find out
seen
what
it.
episode that is, we'll clip it.
It's 683, I think,
Look it.
Episode 680.
or somewhere close to
But
that.
I think it just cuts to the treehouse because I was manning the cameras.
Yeah,
No, but still, like this is
It
the
was-
moment where you know things went wrong.
Yeah.
yeah. I was pretty faded that day. I mean, I was pissing
The
Be Real
crazy
It
off. And
was
I was
an understatement.
The crazy thing was that this fool still
Well-
drove home.
No.
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck?
I don't remember that
That
part.
trans-
Oh, why do you
The
gotta
fucking
put that
classic
out there like
Challenger.
that? I love you, son. Yeah, you crazy.
I did. No, I didn't drive that home. Did I drive that home?
Of course you did it.
No, I
We
didn't.
were all worried about you, bro.
I don't think I had that car here.
Wow.
No. I was fine after.
That's what we
after I laid
found
down
out.
for a
Bart's was
while.
really Irish.
Yeah, you're doobie red right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? We out in the sun?
No, it's probably the
Things are heating up,
Well,
bro.
that's
Picante questions.
the question. There you go. Oh man.
Doobie was peeling like a fucking snake.
Yeah, Doobie looked like when you leave a sponge out in the sun.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's what his skin. I was like, yo, he got leprosy, bro, or some shit, bro.
On the other side, yeah.
He was peeling everything.
Oh, he was peeling.
Yeah, bro, but it
Oh,
wasn't
I-
like no
oh, I saw
regular
him when he
peel,
got
bro. He looked
sunburned.
like a garbage pail kid, bro. Like,
Really?
Like, he looked like something disgusting, bro.
Yeah, it was
Oh, I just saw him when he got
skin
sunburned.
everywhere.
I said that was gonna happen.
He said, it's gold.
Hey, did I ever tell you I got footage of Doobie?
I just have a little taste. Yeah.
Just like that.
Hey, did I ever tell you I got footage of Doobie getting into a fight with Mad Child from Swollen Members
What,
in Japan on camera? Yeah, back in them days. It was in '98. You should have
See,
seen
bro,
that shit.
you have to digitalize
Dog,
that,
bro.
bro.
There is- dog,
Just make sure you fucking monetize your page.
Doobie was super. You think he's skinny now? Back then, he was like a skeleton, bro. He was super skinny back then. He used to jump on T-Bone's shoulders during the show.
Yeah.
Crazy, dog.
Damn.
He was a little skinny ass.
I mean, he's not any bigger now.
No, I know, but he was way skinnier before.
Yep.
Trust me. Yeah, it's great footage, bro. They're not throwing blows or nothing. They're just like they have each other by the shirt like this. They're just
A lot of rough
they're going
housing.
up the escalator like
A
that.
lot of rough housing.
A lot of rough housing.
Yep, rough housing.
Oh,
Not really a
shit.
fight, you know.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to them. Good.
Doobie
Word
is the
up.
We don't need
fucking
violence.
Make
We
don't
champ,
want it.
bro. That motherfucker is McDonald's champion, bro.
Hell
Yo,
yeah, he is.
you don't.
He made me
knock
take
on
him
wood.
to McDonald's in
Motherfucker
Japan.
don't gain weight, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He don't gain weight.
He was telling me and Dom the other day about him stopping at Tommy's, and then because Tommy's don't have dessert, he stopped by McDonald's to get a fucking
Oh, he does it.
a cinnamon fucking McFlurry or some shit like
They have
that.
ice cream now.
And the fucking pie.
Yo,
Wow.
Yeah, and I was
yeah.
just like, hey, bro, your kidneys are gonna just be like, fuck this, bro.
have you seen these new combinations at Wendy's instead of just regular Frosties? They got these fusion.
Yeah, I've seen those. I haven't dared to try them, bro, because I already know I'm gonna be
Sweet
like,
fucking Jesus! I just saw that. I'm gonna get it.
Nah.
I'm gonna try it.
you know what sucks now is that like,
Because I love Frosty. Those are great.
I loved.
And they were doing different kinds. They did an orange creamsicle. It was phenomenal.
I want to
No
bring
way.
these
Yeah,
conversations.
it's delicious. Orange creamsicle Frosty.
I want to bring
At
these
Wendy's?
conversations up around Steph Tone,
Delicious.
but we can't anymore because
He
I don't want
ordered them the day
I don't
those
want to
came out,
fucking
by
be
the way.
encouraging to. Well, that was before he
Shout out
had
to
seen his
Steph
diet
Tone.
change.
Yeah, but I just want you to know the reason I knew about that orange creamsicle is Steph Tone had them waiting when we got out. The day they came out, shout out to Steph Tone. He literally did. And he had like a fucking dozen of them brought
Wow.
in. Like, oh, yeah. It was
That is such a
ridiculous, bro.
stoner dessert.
Oh,
Dude,
bro.
it
he-
was phenomenal. It
He's
was-
the snack king, bro. He has
he
that.
is.
He has that title. Like he's earned it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's necessarily the healthiest title right now, but you know, like,
Hey, you know what his new kick is?
But-
El Pollo Loco,
Yeah.
so he's doing good, man.
Yeah.
He's just putting chicken, you know?
that's
He's
really,
been
that's
ordering
ultimately
good
really
stuff.
all you can kind of do, man. When,
Yep.
when it comes to changing up your diet, it's not
Yep.
like till once you
He's
reach a
just
certain
cutting
goal
that
where you can
stuff
start
out.
fucking around and
Yeah.
you have a routine on like.
He ordered Fogo for Christ's sake. Was that on Friday?
Oh
or-
my god! Hey, that
That was on a
you
Thursday.
remember?
I will
the
I'll
beef
post
ribs?
footage on High and Hungry, bro.
Man.
We had a fucking ball.
Oh man, I missed out.
on
The
Friday.
beef ribs.
Damn.
sweet
Dude, the bag was
Jesus,
so
bro.
big that it got delivered.
3
in.
bones, by the way, Dustin.
Yeah.
5 pounds he ordered.
Yeah.
5 pounds of beef ribs.
shit was
the
crunchy,
whole
dog.
3 bone.
That shit was so
Nothing cut
crunchy
off.
though, and it was
It's
so
phenomenal.
bomb.
It was from Fogo. He got all 3 bones, not even.
Yeah, I
touched.
cooked a bunch of those for Super Bowl.
Phenomenal. I'm just telling you.
Or not Super Bowl, 4th of July.
They're
sorry.
phenomenal. You did, man. Those were good cuts.
The
Those
4th
were
of
really
July
good.
ones were.
Whatever ones you brought over here were good. They were like,
Oh, no, I'm gonna bring them in again.
you had to get them somewhere special because nobody cuts that high into it anymore because that goes into the ribeye when you start getting big.
You can have a Restaurant Depot. That's
Yeah.
that's the only
You
thing.
gotta pay
Actually,
for 'em.
that's the only thing I actually buy at Restaurant Depot
Dude,
for
there you
meat
go.
is the beef ribs,
They
Got
still,
it.
the 3 bones, because like
Nobody cuts the 3.
well, but no, because they're like the right price. Like you can get them for like $8.
That's
like
good.
eight something a pound or 9 at the most.
instead of
And
14.
and so
Yeah,
it's like one of the most profitable things I sell because I sell it lower than everyone else, and it's a big fat cut,
great.
and I love
The
if
phenomenal
you get enough
beef
people to
rib.
want them. But the thing is, most people look at it and are like, oh,
So-
I'm not paying like $75,
They
you
gotta
know, for
try
like
it.
this
It's
3 pounds of
so
meat on a on
Yeah.
a bone. They just don't want to spend that
well,
much
fuck
money.
those fools, dog.
So I just need to find more people who want to buy them. But like we were cooking killer ones that we did
good.
during the
Yeah.
4th of July weekend.
Like,
I was
yeah.
mad I didn't buy an extra set for myself, and I sold them all because
damn.
I wanted one.
I would have kept.
Dude, I even delivered one to Mello. I went to his house and dropped off beef ribs and some stuff that he ordered.
Bartz, I'm gonna tell you one time I was gonna do this prank on you, dog, and it was gonna be the best prank ever, right?
Oh boy.
So like, I was
You already
gonna,
done that,
Why
but
did you do it?
well, cause I figured he was gonna be like, where do these Bart's barbecue coupons keep coming from? Cause I thought,
shit.
and I was gonna make my own coupon, like, complimenting free meal.
Wow.
And every time somebody ordered from my website that was California, I was gonna put one in there and wait to see how long it would take for this to pull up. But then I figured I was like, nah, bro, then that's false. That's false advertisement. Then they're gonna blame your business. I'm just like, nah, I don't need anybody to do that anymore.
Wow.
that would have been pretty
I
funny.
saw somebody write coupons, and I was like, damn, I forgot I never followed through with that. But I might as well confess that I thought about doing it. And I really
it would have been pretty
It would have
quick.
been.
It'd been pretty
We
quick.
did like 5 or 6.
Like I mean, with all
After
the
the first
with all the LA followers that buy
You're
stuff.
like,
off
hey
you.
man.
no, because he would have been like,
Fucking
it would have been like, you randomly won. Here's a free meal.
It wasn't coming from you.
Yeah.
It was random. That's different.
Oh man.
Then he'd be like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
had thought about putting his logo, fucking
You
his
should have
picture.
said it was from you. Then he would have got pissed. He was like calling you.
Who the fuck is doing this?
Yeah.
You should just put.
Honestly, that would have been better than when he posted my phone number during
God,
Smokefest 2
right.
and had all the people send like dick pics and all that stuff to my phone to the point where I had to turn it off, even though I had people coming there that I needed to communicate with.
Bart's was gonna
And
have
like my phone was like useless.
I can't believe
Like
you
that
did
was the
to
worst
Dustin.
thing.
I knew you
that,
did it.
that was the worst thing that ever happened
Yep.
during that event. Like I couldn't even use my phone. It just kept on going. And I mean that was a long time. I mean that was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I mean, but I mean now it would be like you just throw the phone away if he's don't post your number. Like, if he never could again.
Gone. It's
There's
gone,
even
man.
more followers now. It's like it'd be fun.
throws it in the ocean. Everybody could just find your number on your barbecue website, though.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him.
Scroll all the way down.
It's there. That's the joke.
yeah.
That's really the joke.
Just scroll down.
It is. I have my.
Fucking evil.
I do have my phone number on my
It's
website.
the one on his
Of
pocket.
course you do.
Yeah.
Don't listen. Fucking
Phone's ringing.
All the people that show up, they're just like, if I ask people in a live show and I ask them, I was like, hey, let me see through your contact list. 80% of them have Tommy 3 plates number and this was number. And they don't even know, like, they've never really met him. I'm like, why do you have them as a
Mike
contact?
Jones
Like,
back in the days. Oh shit.
yeah, dude, that was quite the thing. Oh shit, it's that time. Let's get into this Cali Vibes interview, and we'll be back with open up the doors to the Insane Asylum and your super chat questions. Happy
What's up,
pre-710.
y'all? This is Be Real, a.k.a. Dr. Greenthumb at Cali Vibes 2025. We're bringing it to you. But if you ain't here, you're fucking up.
All right, you guys, we're back here on BREALTV here at Cali Vibes, and I'm here, joining us are 2 members from the band The Elevators. We got Jackson and Derek, right?
How we feeling? Yep.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty irie is the correct term, right?
Nice.
Now, I'm kind of curious, man, that when they introduced us to you guys, it said they're a reggae band from Boston. How does that happen? I think hip hop coming out of Boston, maybe metal, because I picture angry people in Boston. Reggae's pretty chill. How does that happen?
Not wrong. Everything needs a balance, so we're balancing out all that aggression.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of reggae bands that come from Boston. I'm actually from the same town as Stick Figure. Bunch of cool bands. John Brown's Body, Delbest. Lots of great bands come out of Boston.
Are you guys returning to this venue? Like, are you guys returning to the festival? This isn't your first rodeo?
No, we've done this a couple years in a row.
Okay,
Yeah.
so definitely it's another stroll in the park. Not to make it sound like that, but you guys seem pretty chill, just ready to
Yeah.
rock type of deal.
Yeah, we can't wait to play. Yeah.
What's the prep like before you go on stage?
Couple mezcal, soda pineapples.
Yeah,
Couple glasses of water.
a lot of coconut water. Gotta stay hydrated.
Warm up the fingers a little bit and
That's
let it
right.
rip.
I can't go wrong on that.
Yeah, you guys actually, what part of Boston you guys from?
We're from the South Shore of Boston.
Nice,
So
nice.
down towards like Plymouth, Mass, that kind of area.
I love the food. I just hate the teams. I'm from New York. So
Hey.
I love the area. I'm like, hey, man, I got nothing against Boston. Just hate your teams. That's
It was a hard one this year. Celtics looked
hey,
really
listen,
good.
it's always no. Listen, I actually wanted you guys to win. I hate the Knicks. I absolutely fucking hate them. They've never produced. They haven't won since like '73. I hate them. So that wasn't even. I wasn't even happy to beat you. It's, baseball is way more and football. Football and baseball, those two things.
We're rebuilding right now in the football department.
Exactly.
That is not,
but hey, you guys had
our
an
turn.
amazing run. You know,
Absolutely.
you really did.
Absolutely.
So we kicked your ass a couple of years. Giants got you. I think it was twice. I think he beat Brady twice, but he's still, you know.
The rings
Brady.
speak for themselves.
Yeah, he was. But
There's no need to talk politics, though.
exactly.
We're all having a good time here.
What time you guys go on tonight?
We're going on at 7:30.
Oh, good. So you actually only got about a little over an hour. You guys, are you both vocalist and play guitar, or
Vocalist, yeah. I play guitar. I play rhythm guitar. Start percussion player, Derek.
Yeah,
Awesome.
all
That's
hands
our
on
backup vocals.
bongos.
Nice, that's awesome, bro. I love the different sounds. You know, like reggae's all have a lot of similar rhythms, but everybody gives it their own flavor, and that comes from the little touches of the bass. Different, you know, just change the bass a little bit, add a little bit different percussion. So it's all important in that formula of having that different sound. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Now, do you guys like being a reggae band? I asked this a couple of times ago. Do you guys partake? You guys smoke?
Smoke a little bit. I would say Derek probably smokes more than I do.
I smoke a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So different balance on the team. Like,
Yeah.
Do you guys pick up patois?
Patois.
You know, like how the Jamaican speak.
No,
patois?
no, we don't speak.
I always wonder. I was like, how many reggae bands actually pick it up? I'm like, is that like a whole thing? You know?
I mean, I think we've gotten pretty good at understanding it now, playing a lot of reggae festivals, and like it's really cool when we can blend a lot of the Jamaican reggae artists with the American reggae artists. There's a lot of commonality there, and those guys.
I went to see the Bob Marley movie, and I thought it was gonna be like, you know, English. Fuck, that shit was
Did you
hard
put
to
the
understand.
subtitles on? Did you put?
It was very hard to keep up, bro.
He put
like,
the subtitles on.
Even with the subtitles, that's why I wonder. I'm like, man, if you could master patois, bro. You know,
Yeah.
that's very, very hard.
No, we just do the Boston thing.
Aggressive patois.
Irish patois.
Irish patois.
Sometimes our Boston accent comes out a little bit, especially when we have something to smoke or drink. So that'll be our own patois that we can use.
Yeah.
We drop our R's, yeah. Back the cow over there.
What's the craziest thing that you've ever seen while performing out there in the audience? Like, you know, reggae fans are kind of like, not that they're crazy, but they come out in the masses because reggae, so it's like soccer. It's like a universal language. It's not just America, you know? Like hip hop thrives in America, you know, and universal as well, but mostly America, you know what I'm saying? Like, but reggae is like, that's just like soccer, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if you look out there right now, it's insane. You know, every time we play this festival, I think it is the largest reggae festival in the history of the country. I think they said last year it's like 50,000 people came for the whole weekend.
Wow.
But yeah, we've played Red Rocks a couple times. That's always pretty insane.
Red Rocks is an awesome.
I think
venue.
definitely
Cypress Hill, yeah.
this scene too, because like the reggae acts, man, they come out and they support. Like they buy merch, they follow the bands,
Yeah.
like they
Yeah,
build
they
a
do.
community. A lot of other scenes, they go there for the music, and it's not always a great hang. But I think with this scene for sure, especially this festival, it's different.
Yeah, it's a big family vibe for sure.
Yeah, Red Rocks is definitely one of those venues that Cypress Hill loves playing. They play it almost yearly. It's like you look, there's almost at least one there, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. You know, like just the sound inside that amphitheater and the look of the rock and just the color. Like
You
it's
gotta
just an
like train
awesome
for
vibe.
those shows a mile up.
Yeah. If you're like one of those people who like psychedelics, it's an amazing place to do them. Like it really is. Like,
Totally.
I've done
Tell
it
me more.
myself.
Tell me.
yeah.
Please include details.
There you go. So, you know, it's funny. We find a lot of people, reggae artists, like he was asking, like, it's so part of the culture. Do you need to smoke weed? No, of course you don't need to. It's like, you know, you don't need anything. Yeah, he's like, it's a must. This is what he was pushing.
It certainly helps. I mean, it
Listen,
certainly helps.
but you know what, though? Not if it doesn't interact with your body, right?
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
If you smoke weed and it gives you anxiety, don't smoke weed. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
like it's like people who take mushrooms and like
Right.
it makes me feel bad. Then don't take
You
them.
have to do the
know?
things that serve you.
What's that? Yeah, right, exactly. Like, and don't push because if it makes you feel good, you just because the other person don't like it, you don't have to keep selling him.
Yeah.
If it didn't react right with his body, or him or hers, do something that you enjoy. You know what I mean? That brings out the best of you.
That's kind of the forever learning. It's always about just
Definitely.
learning deeper levels of
Yeah.
what serves you, makes you feel good. And Derek definitely, the weed definitely makes Derek feel great.
Hey, different strokes for different folks, man. Hey,
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Derek and Jackson, for
Yeah.
sitting in here with
Thank
us.
you guys
and
so much.
chopping it up.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah.
Any shout outs before we head out?
Shout out Cali Vibes. Shout out
Yeah.
Cypress Hill. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
There you
thank
go.
you guys.
Shout out Cali Vibes, and of course, shout out Cypress Hill. We'll be back here on BREALTV.
BeReal.tv.
Welcome to the Insane Asylum.
All right, it is that time. We are opening up the doors to the Insane Asylum. So make sure you guys, are ready for this segment.
All right, we just got a couple as of right now. First one, Kayla. Kayla, Utah has the highest plastic surgery rate in the U.S.
Really, Utah?
Yeah, I saw that. I was pretty shocked. I was like, "Fuck."
Utah is
It
the
was
most
like,
plastic.
yeah, it was one of these stupid reels that went around, like, and asking people, "Where do you think the highest per capita?" And everybody was like,
LA.
California,
Yeah.
Miami,
I would think one of the,
That
or
was
New
the
York.
two things. Yeah, well, most people said those two places. It's fucking
Utah, with all the Mormons.
That's great.
I guess they gotta look good.
A Mormon with some big ass titties and shit. That'd be weird.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you get horny in church.
That'd be
I don't know.
weird, bro.
Weird, dude.
Weird, dude.
What's the next one?
Next one, we got
It's like last one. All right.
nah, dog. Anthony Gardner. Yo, E-Zone.
What's up?
I met you at the Onyx versus Cypress Hill show.
Oh, hell yeah. What's up, fool? How are you?
That's a fun time, man. They got
Yeah.
fucked because of what they did. Like, that was their experimental night. Let's add a whole different venue instead of just focusing on verses. And it didn't work. And it wasn't right. Like, meaning the venue setup, they could have just done a better job. Left it separate, left it free.
Yeah.
Like, that was the thing. They decided to charge because they were adding boxing. No one asked you to.
Nobody gave a fuck about that boxing.
No one cared about the boxing.
About the boxing.
No.
That they didn't want to have to pay for it. They
Yeah,
got
I was there.
Fucked. Yeah, I'm just saying though. That's
Yeah.
why they got fucked. Like,
The only good part was
nobody
was
asked for
the
boxing.
versus thing, but
Right.
that was
The
like
versus was great, but
the rest was like
didn't get the
nonsense.
deserved because you had
Yeah.
to pay for it. Versus was
Yeah.
dope because that was a free concert. All you had, and the amount of views was so high. What you could have charged for the real estate in the background, just for the background. Yo, we'll put your logo, we'll put your shit in the background. That was worth big money, worth way more money than doing that. So I'm just saying they could have done it right. You didn't have to charge. Leave the boxing the fuck out of it. Focus on the hip hop.
None of those
All it
boxers
was about.
came to do bigger things.
To me, bro, the best one was fucking, the Locks versus Dipset for sure. With Locks came out on a murder spree.
Oh, yeah.
It was phenomenal.
It was dope.
Yeah, there was a lot of great ones. People were like, oh, that wasn't the best one. But to me, though, that was ridiculous.
It was legendary for sure.
Yeah, that was great. Shout out to all of them because it was dope. But, the Locks just came out, more prepared.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo.
Straight to kiss.
What's the next one?
The next one we got from W220 Mafia. Having a great time. Thank you.
Hell yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Glad you're having a good time. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. Salute to everybody up in the chat room. Appreciate y'all.
Next one's from Hood Hippies. What up, Hood Hippies? A lot of Aussie songs were about love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
real
believe
shit.
it. But I'm not saying he was like, just go out and worship the devil.
Yeah, he never
But
said
he
nothing like that.
definitely was, on the dark side of shit.
Yeah, biting the head off the bat.
Yeah, man, you know, that's all shit.
That's all show shit,
He
bro.
was, but he was just, he was.
I mean, you got to promote it some way, bro.
He
I mean,
was drunk all the time.
You got to make you got to do something, make you different from everyone else.
And according to him,
it worked out
didn't
pretty
know
well.
it was real.
Jimmy had
But it
the
was
crazy,
fake.
light the guitar on fire and do the thing behind your back and
Yeah.
all that shit. But that was Ozzy's thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, true that. I mean, I never thought about it like that, but
everybody got their thing.
the way he's portrayed, like, did you see the Motley Crue movie?
No, I didn't. I heard good shit about it though.
Yeah, there's a part where Ozzy comes out and he's just like he snorts all these ants or something like that, or he busts out this big ass Ziploc bag of coke, and you could tell he was on that time from all the stories.
Wow.
Good.
I believe it.
The good old days. Yeah. They just moved the camera away when people were doing coke.
Yeah.
It was part. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
it was big time in like the 80s, especially in Hollywood. Fuck, man. Certain actors, certain of your favorite actors were high as fuck. Blatantly open. It was part of it. If you were on set with them, they were doing drugs. Didn't mean you had to, but they were.
They were.
You knew that was going to be part of it. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh, yeah.
Completely different back then, It's big time engulfed in Hollywood. Absolutely. Wasn't frowned upon. People didn't fucking hide it. They thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
They did.
All the writers for the
They
best
fucking
shows.
thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Until
SNL, for
ruining
example.
lives. Yeah.
All them people, man.
Everybody did it, man. They did. It was completely, it was the only thing that it wasn't on the open was on the air. But when the cameras weren't rolling, that shit was everywhere. All over the trailers, there were people who was there responsible when you got to that city. You had to get a certain amount of cocaine in that city once you got there to cover people in the back. I'm not joking.
No, I feel
That
you.
was their job, was
crazy.
to make sure, because they didn't want to drive around with it state to state.
Yeah.
People had to have that job of making sure you had good stuff when they got there.
He was the coke gopher.
They needed the coke gopher, and they did it.
Straight up. Next one, Ray?
Next one is from Michael Taylor. She knows what happened, but I think the government killed him. This is about Kurt. Anytime there's an artist that makes the youth think.
Have you heard of
This is about
COINTELPRO?
Kurt Cobain.
Oh, Kurt. I mean,
Have you ever heard of COINTELPRO?
no, what's that?
Supposedly a declassified government operation that targeted certain famous people.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
the
The
depth of
CIA,
it. A lot of
man.
that stuff's kind of blocked out, but
Yeah.
supposedly they were just, watching. But the conspiracy is that they were involved in a lot of that shit.
You talking about the
Hendrix.
CIA?
Yeah.
You could just
We have a
there's
song.
documentaries everywhere.
There's a Six
They
Symphonies
talk
song
about all the shit they do.
called COINTELPRO. It's all about that shit.
COINTEL
You
what?
can hear Jack talking about it and everybody. COINTELPRO.
That's crazy. I never heard of it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's believed that part of it's conspiracy because a lot of that shit, they release those documents, but they black out a lot of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So all that stuff that's blocked out is now conspiracy. And one of those theories is that, they took out people like Jimmy and Janis Joplin, maybe Jimmy
Martin Luther King.
Jim Morrison. Yeah.
Yeah, even
Malcolm
Martin
X.
Luther King.
Bob
They
Marley.
talk about it all the time.
All that. Yeah.
Yeah, people like Bob Marley, Martin Luther King, anybody who had influence over certain cultures.
Trump.
Absolutely. I don't doubt that shit. I'm not like, I don't believe in a lot of things, but I believe in a lot of certain things like that.
Yeah. Who knows, man?
Yeah, even if it's half true, half of them
Yeah.
are right, half of them are off. Some of them are fucking definitely got killed. I don't say all of them, but some of them definitely. Yeah, man. People they don't like people who have power anywhere, and it's easy to take people out.
Music for sure. Kids would have always rather listen to music than buy a book. You know what I mean? Music and
course.
musicians
More
and
influential.
artists have always been very influential on youth, especially.
Yep, absolutely. is.
So yeah, it is a threat to powers that be.
Yep.
Sometimes.
Absolutely. If it has enough movement, that's a threat to them, So
You ever seen that fucking Bob Marley video where he's like connecting these two politicians that were famously rivals and shit? And he has them shake hands on stage and like Marley, for example, was a great dude, like a dude who was involved in politics, even
Yeah, of course.
influential in many ways.
Yeah, man. That's all he cared about was peace. He didn't preach anything but peace. You know what I mean?
He wasn't a politician, but
Yeah.
he was a dude that tried to push people in a positive direction when it came time to voting.
He pointed shit out that was happening, and that's whenever you have power, you point out shit that's going on, you're gonna have an issue.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You make yourself a target, and it doesn't mean anyone should ever stop doing that. But realistically, when you threaten,
It's a
and
chance
when
you gotta take.
Power means money.
Yeah.
Like if things you're doing are costing people money somewhere, now you're a threat. And you're such a low value target because regular people, even if you're famous, you're easy. Of course, these people fucking train for that shit. So it's easy to do. It's easy to fake. Not fake. Make it look like it happened a different way. Those things are really easy.
Bob's death was really mysterious too.
His cancer.
You know how it came from his toe?
Yeah, they stabbed him.
Do you know that he played soccer with this random dude that got in the game with them, and he stepped on him and did that. Now, I don't know if they knew. I can't remember if they knew the guy or it was a random dude exactly, but I know that it came from that injury. You know what I mean? So
He got
who
an
knows?
infection after that, right?
It was something. Yeah.
That's what they say, that he gave him cancer that way.
I don't know.
That's what I'm
if
just
you
saying.
can do
that
that,
is a theory I've seen.
But it's one of those conspiracy theories for sure.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Nothing's crazy, bro. When you see what we can do, it's crazy.
Mm.
If you just look at other countries like that are at war, like Ukraine. I don't know if you saw what they did with those drones, but did you see what they did to their military when they lit up the fucking planes and blew up all the Russian planes?
Yeah.
Did you see that shit?
Yo, but
I mean, just like this,
shit was
like
crazy.
this
Like
morning or yesterday.
No,
a couple days ago.
Like a week ago, maybe.
But the Bob shit is more on like some spy, like James Bond type.
Well, maybe 3 days
shit.
ago, 4 days ago, something like that.
You know what I mean?
What?
The Bob Marley shit
700
is more like on some James Bond like spy shit. Like
Yo, bro,
remember the
these
footage of the
drones-
guy in the airport that they poked for 1 second and then he just fucking collapses and shit.
Nah, bro, listen to this. They brought these drones into Russia, into Russian territory. They let them go close because they had them in
They had them
18
over the
wheels.
containers. You're talking about the ones where
Yes.
they
I know what you're talking
they flew them
about.
on top of the train or the containers.
Yes.
So they couldn't detect them.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was a
And-
few weeks
yeah,
ago.
there you go.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
that was like video game shit.
It was.
It was
Yeah.
like
Video game shit.
it was
They
like
went in there and blew up all these planes with these
because they couldn't detect it
It
that
was
far
crazy,
into the zone because they're right on
It
top
was
of
crazy.
these containers. I think it was a train.
They got to
It
cross
was
their
something
border.
they were on
No, I
top
think
of,
they had them in just.
and they were
18-wheelers.
they were on top of these
I
trucks.
think in
or-
18 wheelers.
yeah, whatever it was, and they just stayed there.
Yeah.
And then once they got in there, they just
were able to
they were
use
just
them.
they just
It was
destroyed it.
crazy. It
They
was
could only have
wild.
gotten caught
And I'm
at the
just
border.
saying, that's what we
was like
did
Call
in
of Duty
Ukraine. Imagine what
in
we
real
can
life.
do.
Yeah.
What kind of tech we have. God forbid we have to go to war. But
Well, I'm
you
saying
see
now,
where
but-
we're
but-
at, it's crazy.
You're talking about like
It's nuts.
some of that stuff happened a long time ago. So who
Yeah.
knows what tech they had back then?
Yeah. This is
You
a
know.
couple weeks ago, though. I mean, just saying.
No, but when
Whatever.
you're talking about like Bob Marley, like
No,
like that, I'm like,
but
and like,
we always
and like,
had
and like, and like
technology.
Martin Luther King, that was like that was a long time ago.
Yes,
So
it
the
was.
tech was a lot
It was.
lower then.
Yeah.
The tech now is
You know what,
higher.
though? Here's the
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, yeah.
That was what I was trying
but
to say.
What I'm trying to tell
like
you.
a lot of the conspiracy theories are like because of stuff we
Here's
have
the
now.
problem. You don't realize that whatever we ever see is 10, 20, 30 years they knew about before.
That may be true,
Guaranteed.
but that's that we can't prove all that
Guaranteed.
right now.
So what you're saying is it was a conspiracy back then,
I
but
believe it.
now when you look at the
mean,
tech and the shit we have, you're like, yeah.
I mean,
they
nowadays
probably
you can do all
did
types of you can do all types
Yeah.
of stuff. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
back
yeah.
then, like, I mean,
It was
sure
hidden.
they had some sort of tech, but like nowadays you have all types of stuff,
Yeah.
to do things, but
Yeah.
easily make people disappear. But like,
I'm
but-
not saying back then.
but back
you
then
just
it was like
don't
I don't
what
know,
we had.
I don't know.
Trust me, bro.
I know you had.
Way higher than you thought, though.
I don't know
For
what it is.
sure.
I just don't. I
do.
have no idea.
No, you don't. I don't either. but
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I believe
You-
we're way ahead of what you think.
Yeah.
Whatever we see, is at least 10 years is my guess, minimum. With any high.
Oh, nowadays it's probably even more than that. I mean,
Man,
it's
they
probably
have
like
shit
way
so
old
much
stuff.
before, especially
Yeah.
in the for military application, not for civilian use, but like what exists if we need it to exist is crazy.
We'll see.
It is. Trust me. Yeah, we'll see. You're right.
That's the best part.
I don't want to say we'll see. We'll see means we used to use them.
Maybe it's a good thing.
Hope we don't see
like
them
GPS was
I
designed
don't
to
wanna
like
see 'em.
bomb
I
the
don't wanna
enemies.
be
Now we use
using- yeah.
GPS on
I
for
know.
a car.
And you use
imagine
it
your
with
life with
drones
GPS.
with-
That's all.
Bro,
it
the
was.
first time I
charges
saw
on
GPS was in Japan in the 90s, bro.
Damn.
That shit did not exist here. I went out there and I was like, what is that little TV on his dashboard? He's like, oh, that's GPS. I was like, what the fuck is GPS?
Okay, so the famous Nissan GTR of
Yeah.
the 90s, that car had GPS on it. And that's like I think a 95-ish car.
Damn.
So imagine that.
That's crazy.
One of the
Yeah.
That's how
reasons
you
why
know
this
they
car was
had that.
banned.
Just like remember when they put cell phones in the cars?
It was old
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Cell phones were in
Or like
80s,
the internet
bro.
was created because of military use,
cell
and
phones
and,
were
and,
like
and that's
15
why
years
that's
ago.
why we have the internet.
I was
So
about to
like, there's
say.
some good things that happen when they try to invent this crazy stuff to kill people. You
Yeah.
know, they make the internet, GPS. Imagine no internet, no GPS. Half our businesses wouldn't even exist right now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
we won't be broadcasting.
let's finish the next one.
Christ.
All right, next one. This one's from the Barts man.
Oh boy.
Midget Mike says, DJ Moneybags,
Oh boy.
top 3 party songs when you spun. LOL.
Honestly, the only record I had was this like Limp Bizkit album.
Three.
And
That's one.
that was only one I owned.
LB.
I bought that because it was like a red
Did it
record.
all for the nookie. Is
It was
what
like
you
I
did.
did all for the nookie, exactly. It was a red record.
Okay.
And I was like, that looked cool when I put it on there. And I think it was 2 in there, and that was what I bought. That was the only one I owned until like the
great.
neighbors came in, took over the DJing for me, and brought in
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna get rid of this album. I've heard it way too many.
But that was the only one I had when I was DJing.
Terrible. You had
Sorry.
one album.
I had one album.
You didn't-
I spent the money.
What kind of fucking DJ
I
is
was
that?
not trying to
DJ.
DJ. I
You
bought
had
the
What were you going to do when the
No,
song finished?
No,
you
you were gonna-
played a song once.
listen.
That's not a
Listen,
DJ.
listen.
I'm a guy. What'd you play?
I'm telling you,
What kind of music?
when
Well,
I had
played this
oh my
record.
god,
What
I just bought
was
the
that?
equipment. I was never supposed to DJ.
You didn't.
No, they made me. They told me my
didn't.
fraternity told me you got to DJ. You
We're
fucking
just breaking your
that.
balls,
So,
eh?
so like I was like, what am I supposed to do? I didn't know idea what to
Just
do.
played that same record over and over again.
You know, that was pretty much that was it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
What do you
look,
mean, pretty much. If that's all you had. You
no,
played
I had
one
the setup, and then the first party, like I said, good thing. Like I didn't say on this podcast, there's another one. The neighborhood I was in was right next to VIP Records, where down in Long Beach, and it was a Crip area. So they came in to party with us at our fraternity party, the first party I had. And I said, okay, just don't like do anything stupid. And then they like saw this DJ setup, and they're like, who's the DJ? I'm like, well, I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to be the DJ. That's what they told me. So they brought in a bunch of records, and they started DJing my parties and just chilling because we had all these, college people down there, college chicks, and they're like, fine, let's just go party at the, Theta Chi fraternity house in Long Beach. So like they became the DJ. So I really never DJ'd. But like I said, I bought one record because like I was like, okay, I like Limp Bizkit or whatever. I was at the record store. I bought that just to see if the stuff worked. That I bought, because I bought all this equipment, Techniques 1200s, it was all top of the line, like $8,000 of equipment. And so that's why I got this DJ Ninja
And
money
$9
bags.
in
As the
fucking
fraternity
records.
guys called me money bags, and then they called me DJ Ninja money bags as a joke.
I would call you
because
DJ
I was
douchebag.
because I bought all this
One
wrong
record.
things, dude. Whatever.
what
That's
the
it.
fuck is
That's the
that?
story.
All right.
Shit.
The next one. Right?
Oh, shit.
The next one, sir, is
Stop breaking his balls.
All right, we gotta get through these.
Christ.
Okay.
We gotta get
taking our
through
time,
All right, Ray. Which one? What is it?
All right, Pig. I have a theory that there's a direct link between the decline in alcoholism and increase in plastic surgery.
Well, can you super chat the theory?
It was just a good thought.
Oh, so he just put a hypothesis, not a theory.
Well, it's his theory, so.
Hit us with an explanation next time, bro. Next one.
And let's see if we got next one. Checking, and those are the those are the super chats that we have so far.
I still can't believe this.
More will come as the show goes,
All right. Do we have any submissions by any chance?
We do have a little bit of submissions, yes.
You want to talk about Bart's one record? We can talk about that more.
What?
Yeah, when Bart's wrecked the set. Remember when Bart's bought one record and called
One
himself
record,
DJ?
Bart?
Oh man.
Called himself the DJ. Bought
I never
one
called
record.
myself
Yeah, I
the
bought
DJ.
it. You did.
No, I
You did
did.
on here too.
That was what
We've
the,
called you.
my
because
fraternity
of that.
brothers called me.
that was what the
that.
Crips called him.
And
We had no idea.
Hey,
This was
look.
based on a single record setup.
all I can say is
Yeah, but the
this.
fucking table.
All I can
You
say
should
is
have
this.
a fucking belt drive.
Listen, when I lived there, all I can say is this.
Whatever
Look,
it was.
Look, they liked me
Yeah,
so much.
belt.
Look, they liked me that so much in that neighborhood that when my car stereo got stolen out of my car, it mysteriously reappeared back at my house. I live in Long Beach. It was like supposedly
ORP.
stolen by another gang,
Or
the Asian gang TRS or something down the street from where I lived at, and they stole all my stereo equipment. And
one
then the
record
Crips that
bought.
dudes that fucking DJ, they brought it back.
One record.
It was like
ORP.
back at my front door, everything.
Yo, Bart's.
Including the wires. Like, it was crazy. It was a crazy time back
Hey,
when
one record
I lived in Long Beach.
Bart, did you even scratch? Soul King says, did you even scratch, fool?
What, that one record?
Yeah, the one record.
Gotta cut it?
Yeah, see how it worked. You know,
Scratching one.
I didn't want to DJ.
How can you resist?
I thought someone would have found. We would have found someone that wanted to DJ, not the neighbors.
Well, I was gonna say, how can you resist not scratching? You have to try.
Oh, I did numerous times. I figured I was just destroying the needles or something in the process. I didn't know what I was doing. It was like, like I said, it was a 1 day thing. Thank God.
Yeah.
But it's now lived in infamy and because of this show and
That's
other
dope.
things. And my fraternity brothers love this shit when there's all these clips of me. I guess.
Oh, not me.
We're
I
talking
was
about
like,
this.
You're not a fucking DJ. I want to see your collection.
I'm not a DJ.
Just
I
a
never
crate
said I
with
was.
one record and a sleeve.
Oh man.
And then 8,000 in equipment. I'm like, you got this backwards, buddy.
You got it backwards.
You needed
I wasn't
one
trying to
record
DJ. We were
player.
trying to throw parties. Come on.
Yeah,
It was.
one record
I mean,
player, one record.
all we needed was the music. So
Music
I didn't.
is
I
the
didn't.
DJ.
But I didn't want to be that guy.
Back then,
I already bought the house
the
for these
records.
guys. Like I didn't rent a house out for the fraternity because they got kicked off campus before I joined.
I'd kick
So
out
so
when I
my
saw
house
the
was
one
a fraternity
record.
house. So. And I had the equipment. I had
Empty
everything
crate?
there. It was a
Get
great
the
time.
hell
Once
out.
we got real
this is all
DJs.
just so Bart
out.
could tell us he's from 60s.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Out. 2
He's a
seconds.
60s crib.
Goodbye.
No, it was a good time.
And let's
Yo,
go-
did
let's
you
get
see
this.
that dude who blew his fingers off?
Yeah, 4 extras.
Yeah, so
It's crazy. The joke is like, yo, his name was 4 extra now, and he's 4 extra fingers.
Word.
Shit is
Bro, he
fucking-
needs for it.
Dude.
Shit is crazy. All right, hey, let's get into what is it? The submissions. All right, let's run through those. We're almost there, guys. And fuck this bitch ass fly.
Submissions.
Oh.
Be Real TV. Dr. Greenthumb Show. Time for submissions. Dr. Greenthumb Show. Be Real TV. Submissions. Time for submissions. Be Real TV.
All right. It is that time for the super chats. I mean submissions. One of those two. Let's get into those.
This one just happened like not too long ago. We got Felipe in Berlin, Germany with Cypress Hill. Dog.
Oh shit!
The big fool.
Yeah, I seen him in the chat. He was like, "I'll see you guys in Berlin," so I knew he was gonna be there at the same time. So I was like, "Yeah, shout out to him."
Yep.
Dope, man. I guess he had a show or something out there.
That's like the biggest Pendleton they make right there.
Yeah. He's a
Shout out to Felipe though. Hey, that fool's a cool ass homie though, man.
He's hilarious.
He's welcomed us into his house.
Dope.
It's fucking. Ray works there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shout out to the fool, dog. It's a cool ass fool.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it, dog. I mean, he said something about, and it's true. I related to this. He was like, "Isn't it crazy when you get a chance to make it some way, somehow?" He's like, "You kind of like, you grew up wanting to go see all these acts into all these places, but he's like, you get older. He's like, but you're like too tired to fucking
Yeah.
go. Or like, or they're all old.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, this isn't the what I think he said he was like, yo, he's like, this isn't the AC/DC I wanted to see. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You might be right.
Yeah.
He waited about 15 years too long. He's kind of
At least.
that's kind of him. Yeah. On him, at least. He said at least. Yeah, for sure.
What's the first one, Ray?
First one is from Balls Mahoney. He says, I can't believe Epstein killed himself right before he was about to be acquitted due to a complete lack of evidence.
Damn.
I don't know what that's all about.
You know, I don't understand that whole situation because everybody saw Giselle Maxine go to jail because she pretty much was like his ride or die, and all of a sudden we're expected to believe that she just went for fraud, and it's
not procuring young women and underage women, and because she did.
Yeah.
She engaged in sexual activities. She procured them. She's fucking evil because
I talk about it all the time.
He's evil. There's no equal who's more. But what makes her special kind of evil is a woman would trust another woman, especially when they're a young woman, trusting this old, powerful, rich woman. Like, she won't steer me wrong. She says, come give a massage. She has no idea what she's in for when she got into that house. You know, these are young girls, so there's a special place in hell for her. Like, they better not try to not charge her with that shit, because they made that shit clear in the and just what we've seen, the footage we've seen.
But they said it
which
doesn't
is
exist.
incriminating enough. You know, like you can't say she wasn't involved in that shit. So don't want to hear about just.
And if my question is, if there wasn't a list, why would homeboy kill himself?
That's one of the biggest things right there too, man. Where I'm just like,
you're a billionaire. You're a billionaire. You got money, an island. You got life cracking, and you know you're innocent or whatever. You don't have a list, right? There's no list. So
you know what? You know what I had.
You know what? I'm bored.
They say
Come
that
on, bro.
the truth to some of the things was in the art that they had all over the house. You know, like, cause he had a collection of art of every president that he was in bed with, type of shit, doing some crazy shit. So they have this picture of George W. Bush throwing a paper plane and knocking down these two towers.
Oh, come on, with
Jenga. Yeah. And then they have this painting as well of Bill Clinton in a dress sitting on a couch.
What?
And these are real paintings, bro.
No
they all got
way.
seized. Like these are I think you could find some of these up there on the internet. They only have both of those, but they're saying there's more paintings, and each one of these paintings kind of like was a thing where he was like, "Hey, don't make me, this is you. This is what you did." So I don't know. I find it hard to believe that people are not kind of
Dorian Gray shit
doing these things, because either if you went there or not, either to fuck something or not, or to do something crazy, like you were there because you had something to gain from dude.
Yeah.
Or you thought about it. Because I'm sure there was some people that they got there and they were just like, listen, man, I just wanted to see if you led me like 12 million. I don't know about fucking, like for my next business, I didn't know you was fucking kids up in here, bro. Like, get the fuck up out of here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, because I'm sure that there's a small percentage of people that are on that list that were just like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that didn't know what they were.
Yeah, and then when they found out, you don't think this motherfucker was like, well, guess what? Now you're here. And we have this whole fucking thing we could make up of you fucking doing this. So if you say something, that's it.
The footage we seen, they show that he had high-tech surveillance in all his shit, which means anybody who came, they had footage of people who came. So, yeah, there was very reasons for him to die.
Yeah, that 90s footage looks really good for fucking 90s, bro. I'm like,
he had the money for it.
Kind of, yeah, no shit.
He was a big tech guru guy, though. Yeah. So, like, he like that
system.
Wasn't that Puffy's thing, too, to fucking extort people for, like, have just
that's
to have
a big
something
power
on
move.
them?
That's a political.
Big power.
Yeah.
Huge.
Right.
When the judges, senators, this, that, presidents.
That was like his whole
kings
reason for luring people, supposedly, and shit. Like, that's what they say.
Yep.
Damn.
What's the next one?
We actually have a super chat from Kayla. She says, huge thanks to the Dr. Greenthumb Show and the whole crew for another epic show. Always learning something new. Appreciate the good vibes.
Hell yeah. Salute to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And hit that thumbs up. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you
very much.
Yeah, and this next one is from Christian Solarson, our favorite guy out here. Son Doobie starting to look like young blood from Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I don't know about that. That's reaching. I don't see
it.
The
dog.
No.
Next one.
Next one's from the Inner Realms. It says $50 come up.
Oh. What?
Pretty sure.
No way. For a Vestax? That's dope.
Is that a juicy item?
Yes, it is, brother. That is a... Before the mixers got as complicated as the ones you see we work with here at BREALTV, this was the first branch of mixer that really catered specifically to the turntablist. So the fader itself is really fucking flowing, and it's just it's replaceable faders and all kinds of shit. Like it's super dope. Vestex was awesome. Shout out to Tony Touch. He took me out to the company that makes these one time when we were in Japan, and they hooked us up with a bunch of good shit. Yeah, they're dope. But $50, damn, you can't. They don't make those no more. That company's like out of business now. So
you'll probably find one in like a thrift store, maybe. Out there.
But ain't gonna be less than $300. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, how much would it cost, like on the resale market and all that?
I would think about $800 on average if it's in good
freaking way.
Wow.
good condition.
Vintage machinery right there.
Yeah.
$50 come up, man. You better fucking make some beats, dog.
Come through.
Next one.
Next one is from Jonathan. Pizza.
Look good.
Margarita, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking roll it up like a blunt and then cut it in half.
That looks bomb, dude.
Roll it into a pizza roll.
Does look good.
And basil and shit. Mm-hmm.
It looks like it would fall apart
basil,
when I get a
nice
slice.
dark crust. Yep.
Yeah, when that happens, I'd be like,
fresh
you
cheese.
fucking bitch ass pizza.
Pizza.
That's good.
Yep. Next one.
Would you rate that pizza, Izone?
Like out of a 10?
Sure.
Like 8?
Okay. Right. Next one is from. Actually, it's from the Discord. Popping them seeds, man. The beans.
No, he just popped them. He ain't popping them yet.
He's about to though.
Yeah.
Super boof.
What he was trying to say.
Lemon cherry
They have
gelato.
arrived. Keep them lit. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Thick ass fool.
Damn.
Send us some.
Bring it.
When you're done, then we'll let you know what we really think. Next one.
And that is. Oh, we got one more from Smokestack Mac. Pan-seared salmon.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm glad he's eating better. Look at that, man. Finally, it's not like a fucking 7,000 calorie bagel.
She looks
with cheese whiz and all this crap, you know? Good for you, Smokestack Mac. Better living, dog. I'm happy for you.
Got the little ingredients right here, dog. Look, boo. Needed some fish in my life.
There's definitely no seizure food.
Lime blister cherry tomato, sauteed green bean bundle with sumac. I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. Mediterranean cuckoo, couscous, and lemon caper sauce.
And a glass of water, I assume, bro?
It's coming. I don't know.
The hell's sumac? Oh, sumac.
It's
the
like
shit
a
out of
spice.
I just say that.
Delicious. The Mediterranean
Yeah.
spice. You use it when you make like ground beef. Like if you make the Persians, they call it kubide.
Oh, okay.
They put sumac in it.
Oh shit.
It's delicious.
I bet you if you ask Nitty about it, he'd be like, oh, yeah, I love sumac.
I don't know if they use it much. I know Mediterraneans, they definitely live for that.
They've been trading spices for ages, bro. He knows.
Yeah. Oh, true. True that.
He knows what sumac
Definitely
is.
does, and it's good, man. Yeah.
Shout out to Nitty, bro. He's like, we got like the UN popping up there.
The UN.
Like so, it's a little bit different. We got like different people from different nations up there. And great. Next one.
This last one's from Trace, via the Europe.
Thanks, you guys, live and direct from Bonn, Germany. I feel like I should be doing this with my finger over my ear like a field reporter. Live and direct, like I said, from Bonn, Germany. Last night in Munich, tonight Bonn, and tomorrow headed to Berlin.
I feel like
the quiet before the storm
singing.
going on out of here. And speaking of the storm, chance of
feel like
rain
he
tonight.
sings like
Rained
the
last
uncle
night
from
in
Bro,
Munich.
you see it?
But let me
Have
tell
you seen it?
no
No, but like the
complaints with the
uncle from
guys,
Home
no
Alone.
complaints with the fans either. Because last week's heat
Show him
wave
singing.
of 106 to 110 degrees all over Germany,
He does
as
it
well
every
as France.
song.
That's not going on
Hilarious.
tonight. But let me tell you, Cypress Hill is going to bring the heat.
Oh, 'cause he
live
does
and
ad-libs
direct
too,
from Bonn,
remember?
Germany.
Yeah.
Let's kick it to you guys back at the mothership.
Hilarious.
I just picture that one day somebody can get a video like the Home Alone scene where he was like, "Get out of here, you little pervert." While the guy's thinking, while the guy's thinking, "Cool jerk," and oh, cool jerk, and he's just like, you know what I'm talking about, like in Home Alone 2.
No.
And then Kevin goes in the bathroom,
Yep,
and
no
then
clue.
and he's recording with the little recorder, right? So he's recording the uncle singing in the shower. And he was like, "Hey, get out of here, you little pervert, or I'm gonna slap you silly."
Was that for Trace?
Yeah, and because Trace likes to sing a lot, so I imagine that he probably he's like the uncle from Home Alone, where there's nobody else singing in the fucking shower,
Oh,
but then they're just like, "Is that Trace singing Sinatra in there?"
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be like that, man. I don't know. you know people that are singers in the fucking shower, bro? I sing in there sometimes, but like I gotta be alone. I don't want nobody to hear this.
Aren't
So if your ladies there, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, even if somebody's outside, waiting, like, finally, my girls are, I ain't singing. I'd just be like, nah, this is a me thing.
Damn.
Yeah, let me have this,
What if you have a voice? Who knows, bro?
Yeah.
I'd be mad, bro. I'd be like, all these years I've been keeping it, and all of a sudden somebody's like, yeah, you should record this. Yeah.
You never know.
Things like that don't happen no more. You remember how, like, that's like the fool from Harry Potter got discovered? He just came out of a movie theater, and they were just like, hey, you look like the motherfucker in the book.
No way.
Nowadays, they just don't have that, bro. Like, there's no discovering new talent. Like, we'll make you into the talent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
No way. That's how they found the kid from Harry Potter. What's his name?
Yeah, the dude from Harry Potter. I don't think he auditioned. I think they asked him to, like, do it and shit.
Oh, shit.
Like,
he got lucky.
I could be wrong, because it's based on, like, a specific kind of look.
That little scumbag's rich, man. All those fucking Harry Potter people.
And he knew that shit was gonna be popping off beforehand, because when you go to the ride, like in the Harry Potter ride, is kind of like fairly new. It came out, I think, after the movie and all
Is
this
it
stuff.
good?
Yeah, it's a really good fun ride. But the footage they use in that is stuff that they had recorded,
3D?
because even the fool who looks like Felipe, in the first movie, the fat fool, like the big Paul Bunyan looking motherfucker.
What is it, a 3D ride?
Yeah, no, it's like a roller coaster.
Oh, it's a real one.
Yeah. So even he comes out in the footage, and I'm just like, they had to record this after they recorded the first movie, and they knew there was like, look, you guys are gonna get a ride, but the ride's not gonna open up till like 10 years from now when it's open, and it's like, but yeah, they have all this shit. I'm like, you guys knew. They knew they were gonna be like filthy fucking rich.
They got made.
Yeah, they got made.
What's her name? Who wrote the books?
Oh yeah, that lady.
She got paid, bro. Billions, I think.
I'm sure.
Billionaire from that.
I'm sure.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling, I believe she's a
Mhm.
billionaire from that shit.
For just making shit
That's
up.
no joke. Yeah, just for making shit up, but created a whole.
But just no, I'm just saying,
it's
just
not my
fucking
era,
making
but
shit up,
damn,
bro.
she made money.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like anybody can make shit up, but writing.
Yep, but she.
Yeah, like
no
writing
way
it and
made $1
presenting
billion
it.
dollars.
Those books are popular everywhere, man. Every age, from the jails to the airport, wherever, you'll see it everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
You
know what's crazy? I've never read one Harry Potter book. Thank God.
I've never seen a
No
Yeah,
way.
same here.
movie. But
You never seen a movie?
No,
I've seen the movie with.
I haven't, and I'm not against like fuck him, but it just wasn't my time, and it wasn't something that interested me. It wasn't. Yeah.
Hastrosis, Dabosis.
Yeah, I didn't watch them all, but I watched at least a couple of them. I think, just because I
A lot of
had
people
to
did
see what
sort of
it was
$1
about.
billion worth of people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she wouldn't be that rich.
Thank God he didn't watch it. Imagine Kelly Blaze watched it and he's like, I'm gonna theme my company on this Harry Potter shit.
No.
Yeah, bro. Like you just don't fucking know. You're like that could have been the left turn, and you get so into it.
He makes a pipe shaped
Yeah,
like,
bro. Like
shaped
you
like
get
a
so
wand.
into it, and then you're just because you just never know. Sometimes you just avoid shit because you're just like, you know what? I just rather not. Bro. It's not that I don't hate it, I don't like it, but I just rather not, bro. I'd rather not find out.
The Cali Blaze pipe is shaped like a wand and shit. It's got the little bowl at the end.
Fucking way.
No, the torch is the wand.
There you go. Yeah, it lights up the little flame at
with
the end.
the nail.
That's sick.
That
I
would
like
be
that.
sick.
That's
But
better.
you need like a big reserve in the bottom to fucking do it. Actually, I'd be surprised if I'm gonna go walk down the smoke shop district. They probably have some shit like that where it's like a fucking wand and
Make
torch.
it.
Click it, click, and a little flame comes out the end.
Yeah. It's
Dope.
Man,
Hey man, it seems to be around that time. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Shout out to Cypress Hill doing their thing. They're almost home, so don't worry. What is it? Be Real. We'll be back to host the show and tell you guys about tour life, along with Eric Bobo and a couple, the other people that come along when they're back on tour. So I'm sure it's gonna be back to regular schedule. Thank you everybody for hitting the thumbs up and hitting the like. Bart's, you got any shout outs?
Thanks for having me today. And I guess this week I'm doing wings on Friday and Sunday, so you can get dollar wings off me. 25 wings for $25.
Ooh.
I'll be doing that over in
Damn.
Lawndale,
It's $1
by a Launder Golf Course on Friday and Sunday, and we might have some other stuff like sides available and things like that. I just want to thank everyone for coming out to my last few events, my wing event and my last two barbecue things. They turned out pretty well. I mean, people definitely were showing up lately. You know, when I've stopped going, just doing one place all the time, I've been doing other spots and working out. So, and then thanks Costco Inglewood for hiring me to do your catering for your 40th anniversary party. We did 250 people there for their anniversary party yesterday.
40 years is dope.
And so, yeah, that one's been for that's crazy. I didn't realize it's been there for 40 years. It's been Costco at that spot. That's kind of
that's OG, man.
That's kind of nuts.
They give you like a stack of memberships?
No, they just it was basically just me and then some coffee person they had, give coffee to everyone, and that was it. A couple picnic tables and some balloons said 40. I think they spent their whole budget on me.
This idiot asking did they pay this Costco memberships as a currency? When did that become a form?
They gave me Costco memberships.
We give you 12 memberships to come here and care.
Yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. Here you go.
No, they pay me in cash, no membership.
No, exactly.
U.S. dollars.
U.S. dollars.
They didn't throw in a couple memberships on the house?
Fucking guy is ridiculous.
It's not that expensive. It's like $100 a year.
Memberships. What do they give you? 12 memberships.
Yeah, to pass them out.
Slang them on the low. All right. Was that the last?
Oh, that was it. I mean, yeah.
All right. FM.
Yeah, just check out my IG, DJFM_LA, and catch up with everything I'm doing, man. Shout out to everybody here, always having me. It's always a fucking blast with you guys. No matter who's here, we always have a good ass time, man. But yeah, and shout out, of course, to the Treehouse, Bolton. I don't know where the fuck he's at.
B-Real said don't come back, fool.
B-Real said don't come back. Cali.
Man, shout out to everybody here at the table. Go to CaliBlaze.net. We got sales going on pre-710. We got a big sale going on tomorrow, obviously, because it is going to be 710. But we started a day early because there's certain flavors we don't have many of. So, definitely go to the site, CaliBlaze.net. Put in code BREALTV at the end for an additional discount. And much love. See you guys on Friday.
Shout out to back there. Thank you, Rara and Dominator.
Yeah. Shout out to Dom. Shout out to everybody who tuned in and sent them super chats. Another show tomorrow. Tune in.
Yep. Thank you so much, everybody. If you guys go to flavorsbyezone.com or highandhungry.shop, you can also type in the code word BREALTV and save yourself some money at the checkout. That only applies to the people who watch the show. So if you hear about it, you only heard it on the show. That's how I know you use the code. So make sure you guys save yourself some money at the end of checkout. There's a lot of new gear and a lot of new stuff that I'm working on, so go take advantage of that. Thank you for tuning in the morning for the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. It was a great podcast. Tomorrow we will have, he's a sketch comedy artist. His name is Alex. So make sure, Alex the Great. So make sure you guys pull up tomorrow. It's going to be great. We're going to be dabbing it up. We're going to be giving away 2 dab breaks tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for 710. So hopefully you guys will feel 710-ish after watching the show. And, follow my YouTube at Flavors by E-Zone. Shout out to YouTube for finally monetizing me, so I got a lot of new content for y'all. That being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Go LAF.